Alright, I think it's about time we get this going. How y'all doing? I'm Bad Moon, and we got a little bit of a treat for you today. We are going to be doing a Lord of the Rings, Adventures in Middle-earth? Set booster box opening. Tales of Middle-earth. See, did we decide, are we going with your real name or your screen name?
I don't remember.
Do you care?
I don't care.
Okay, so Eleanor's here. And she remembers this stuff better than I do, which is interesting because I haven't really let her look at a whole lot from this set. But let's get to the live view. Got ourselves a nice box.
A Balrog of Morgoth.
Yeah. And some, wizard that we probably don't need to know about.
I'm sure it's not important.
Yeah. So, in this box, we also get a Realms and Relics box topper, which is going to be nice to go with these collector booster sample packs that we got out of the commander decks. She has seen the commander decks, which means she has seen some of the cards in the set because a few of them do show up. But we're going to start with these, and then we'll move on to the actual box itself. So, here we go. Start with the real fun one, the Realms and Relics box topper.
Have heard these are fun.
Yeah, these are all reprints, but they've been renamed for stuff from Lord of the Rings. In this case, Realms and Relics means artifacts and lands. So, what do we get? We get Fangorn Forest, which is actually a really good one. That is Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth. Basically, every land is now a forest in addition to everything else. So, if you are running green at all, that might be something to put in there. So that's a really nice one. We got ourselves some Ents on there, more than one.
Good looking Ents.
Yeah,
Just gonna take a peek here.
Yeah, take it. So, what do you mean good looking Ents?
I mean, they're tree-ish and Entish, and they look like, I would imagine they would look. Can't distinguish different types of trees in this case, but I don't know that I'd be able to do that anyway.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about trees. I don't do outside.
Flavor text, quote from the book, Pippin thought he saw groves of trees moving. Could it be that the trees of Fangorn were awake, and the forest was rising, marching over the hills to war?
It might be.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Before we move on, because this is such a nice card, I'm going to put that into a Dragon Shield right now. Don't know if I have a deck for that yet, but definitely could. It might just go to upgrade one of the commander decks for the set. Anyway, now we are into these collector booster sample packs. I don't really know what's in these ones. I mean, I imagine it's the stuff you find in collector boosters, but what are we going to find? Oh, we got several cards. Have not thought about the setup for this. There's limited space in this area. So, we got Saruman of Many Colors in the showcase frame, which is very nice. I like this showcase frame.
Now this means this is the view from, like, the Shadow Realm or something, right? With under the influence of the One Ring.
Maybe. I've taken it to mean, like, this is their moment of... It's an important moment for them. In a lot of instances, it appears to be a moment of, they're being tested. But I don't honestly know. I don't know what they were going for. But, yeah, we got Saruman of Many Colors, and we got, which is nice, mythic. And we can talk more about what Saruman does in a moment, because the other thing we have is foil Elrond, Lord of Rivendell,
Whoa.
in the showcase frame.
Well, that's cool.
And I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but that could be how Frodo sees him when he makes it to Rivendell and is still under the effects of the Morgul Blade.
I don't know that he actually sees Elrond at that time, but let me see.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't read the book since the 90s, so about that.
I mean, it could be how he would appear, with the ring on, but I would expect him to look shinier, not quite as terrifying, except maybe to a servant of the darkness.
Yeah, who knows? But, yeah, so that Elrond is an uncommon. Saruman's a mythic. And we're going to move on to the next pack. But as I mentioned, I haven't read the books since literally 1999, I think. Watched the movies.
Not sure the last time I actually read the book. More recently than that, and several times total.
Yes. Okay, so we have the Doors of Durin.
Ooh.
Which is really nice. I actually had this in my sealed pool when I was playing on Arena last night. Yeah, it's a really nice legendary artifact. Wants you to be aggressive and makes you even more aggressive, which is, weird, but when, it says speak friend and enter.
Yeah, not sure how to interpret that one.
Well, speak friend is if you have a creature on top of your library, you can put it on the battlefield tapped and attacking. So speak friend and enter my opponent's face with your sword. That's how I interpret it.
I mean, I'm kind of imagining this is a reference to what happens when the Watcher notices what you're up to, but...
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. What else we got here? We have, speaking of friends, we have Legolas, Counter of Kills.
That still only counts as one.
Right. So whenever you scry, if Legolas Counter of Kills is tapped, you may untap it. Do this only once each turn. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Legolas. So he gets better at counting kills as you go on because he gets stronger. So yeah, we have green-blue Legolas, which is fun. And of course, being an archer, reach is important.
Oh yes.
Hey, Thoth, welcome.
Hey there. Good to see you.
Let's see what we got in pack 3. I'm gonna move this real quick. That way you can look behind me instead of around me.
Oh, sweet.
To see what's going on. Oh, come on. There we go. Here we have... Ooh, we got Barad-dûr.
Ooh.
So, legendary land. All dark and sinister and red and purple and black.
Lightning and stuff.
Yeah. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a legendary creature. Add black. XX black and tap it to amass Orcs X.
That really wants to be in that Sauron commander deck, doesn't it?
Oh, it's definitely going into the Sauron commander deck. For sure. Yeah, we're just going to amass a ton of Orcs.
And if you have a legendary, say Sauron.
Okay, so what else did we get in here? We got Quick Beam, Upstart Ent.
Ooh, that's fun.
So we got ourselves a legendary tree folk. 5/6 for 6 is not bad. Whenever Quick Beam or another tree folk enters the battlefield under your control, up to 2 target creatures get +2/+2 and trample until end of turn. Yeah, that's good. In a tree folk centric deck, you could definitely do a lot of damage with that.
He's just firing everybody up. Let's do stuff.
Yeah, Quick Beam is the Leroy Jenkins of the Ent world.
Which is saying a lot if you know Ent.
And it really does kind of end up about as well, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, they're not kiting a dragon or whatever into the next major city or anything.
No, it was a bunch of baby dragons. And some Drakengard.
Oh, okay.
But no, that's not what Quick Beam is doing, but at least he has chicken.
Wait, what?
What? What do we got here? We got Pippin, Guard of the Citadel.
Whoa.
So that appears to be the moment where Pippin is lighting the beacon.
Did he light the beacon? Maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah, he lit the beacon in Gondor, at least in the movies he did.
I'm looking at this and I'm wondering if this is when he looked into the Palantir.
Oh, maybe.
It's hard to make out, but there's like a skeleton holding a glowing orb or something.
I mean, you gotta ponder the orb. What do we got here? We've got... Yeah, you might be correct. Oh, no. You're right, that is a skeleton holding a Palantir. That's Theoden.
Oh, wait.
That's Theoden's pyre.
Not Theoden, Denethor.
Denethor, that one. One of the two old diplomat guys.
Yes.
That one. Denethor on the pyre. That's what that is.
Oh, okay. So he's charging in to save Faramir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Creepy scene.
Yeah.
And we got something new and different.
Oh.
We got Quick Beam, Upstart Ent.
Another one.
We got 2 Quick Beams, which means we can put Quick Beam in 2 different decks.
Or, well, I guess you can't have 2 at once because it's legendary, but...
True. And most of this stuff is going to go into Commander anyway. Alright, so that is it for the Collector... what is it? Collector...
Booster?
No, we've got a Collector Booster. We're going to get to that later.
Oh, Thoth has pointed out that kiting a mob into a major city might have been a different...
It is several different Warcraft stories, in fact. Alright. Now we're going to get to the actual set boosters. So we got a lot more cards to go through. And we got nice Gandalf art on the packs.
Yeah.
I do like that the fire from his staff, even though this is clearly Gandalf the Grey.
Who was noted for wearing a blue hat, as I recall.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes, I think it's described that way in The Hobbit.
I know...
Not Lord of the Rings.
I believe mouse-colored robes is a thing, rather than... maybe that's gray, I don't know. I've never hung out with a mouse. But...
It's kind of grayish-brown, usually, your average...
Yeah.
Mouse.
But, in, I think, an unpublished version of the Bridge of Khazad-dûm scene, he says he is the servant of the White Fire.
Oh, well that is a misquote.
That is not a misquote, that was a rewrite that happened later that is Secret Fire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I know things, I read.
Okay.
Yeah, it became Servant of a Secret Fire, which is, of course, that force which gives free will to, sentient beings and such. Okay. So we got an art card. We got here. That's got to be a Legolas.
I think it's got to be a Legolas, yeah.
Yeah. See what it says on the back. On the back it says Counter of
Legolas,
Kills.
yeah.
So this is the the standard art of Legolas Counter of Kills. So, yeah, the elves, I think, in the art have been noted by a number of people for being more Asian looking. So one of the things they've done with this set is try and make it more diverse than a usual depiction of Middle-earth. So you're going to see some of that as we go through. But I really like this particular art right here. It's pretty nice. Good action shot.
And interestingly, if you know the origin of the elves, they did arise in the east of Middle-earth.
Hey, GCU Gray Area, welcome. It's good to have you. So let's get to some cards that do some things, like the Shire, which is a Plains. These are the full art lands for this set. They're really nice. I wish my only problem with these is they're not all in the same. What is the word I'm looking for the
art style?
No. They're all the same art style. They are not in the same scale. That's what it is. They're not in the same scale. So if you put this next to the one that would be on the east of it, they're not going to match up perfectly.
Oh, that's frustrating.
Yeah, I would have liked it if they had all of them and you could put them all together to make one giant map. But that would be more difficult to do.
Yeah, I kind of thought that was the point with doing it this way.
Yeah, me too at the beginning.
Huh.
So we got a Galadrim bow.
Galathrim. That DH character is pronounced sort of halfway between a D and a TH.
Cool. I'm going to screw that up a lot, but that's fine. We've got ourselves a shower of arrows to go with the bow. Mm-hmm. If you're wondering what they're showering with arrows, it might be a Shire Scarecrow.
Why would they be shooting a Scarecrow in the Shire?
Target practice? I don't know. But if you're wondering who might be shooting a Scarecrow in the Shire,
keep going.
That would be Éomer of the Riddermark.
No, what? Stop.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make any sense. However, Éomer, 5/4 with haste for 5. When he attacks, if you control a creature with the greatest power among creatures on the battlefield, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. So, yeah, you get... we're running into battle.
Yeah, he's
with me.
Rallying the forces.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Who might he be rallying the forces with, though?
Well, if we're gonna continue on this trajectory, I guess, like, some orcs or something? Maybe hobbits?
No, it's Erkenbrand of the Westfold.
Oh, that actually makes sense.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be crazy or anything. So yeah, we got Erkenbrand. Who's Erkenbrand?
He's one of the top dudes in Rohan, and notably at the time everybody goes off to the keep. He's missing, and Gandalf takes off to go find him. And if you remember from the movies, that scene where, Gandalf appears over the top of the hill and there's a bunch of light and everything, it's actually Erkenbrand he went to go find. And I understand that, you have to slim down on the character count for a movie, but that's who he is. He's that guy who rides in to save their butts on the dawn of the 3rd day or the 5th day or whichever.
Some kind of day. So, next up, we have another legendary creature. We've got Prince Imrahil the Fair.
Now that is a deep cut. That's you've never heard of Prince Imrahil unless you've read the book.
I had read the book and I still did not know who Prince Imrahil was. So Prince Imrahil is prince of somewhere in Gondor.
Somewhere in Gondor with
water.
I admit I don't recall the details, but he is, as the flavor text lets you know, he's a supporter of the side of good.
Yeah.
And right.
We got to balance that a little bit.
Do we?
Yes, we do.
Oh.
We got to balance that with Gothmog, Morgul Lieutenant.
Oh gosh.
Gothmog, of course, named after very famous Balrog.
Indeed.
Ah, fancy. So Gothmog amasses orcs and gives all of your tokens Death Touch,
Ooh.
which is nice. Very good for that, though human soldiers.
Yeah, I just noticed that too. I cannot speak to this.
I don't think it's ever actually said in the book, but I think it was assumed in the movies that Gothmog is an orc.
I don't remember. Is he in the movies?
Yeah.
Yeah?
The dude, the really pale with the puffiness on one eye, almost gets crushed by a big piece of wall that they tossed out with a trebuchet.
The guy with the head on his head?
No?
No, that's an orc. I don't
He's
know.
an orc in the movie.
Yeah, okay.
But he's the pale one kind of leading the orcs in Pelennor.
Okay.
So we have now a couple of showcase frames here. We have Samwise the Stout-Hearted.
Oh, I know what this is.
Yeah, that's him dragging Frodo up a volcano. Gotta say, I've played with Samwise several times in the last week. Kinda hilarious as a card. Gets to bring stuff back from the graveyard if it died this turn. You know,
I mean,
they were only mostly dead.
Yeah, he didn't quite die.
Yeah. But who didn't quite die?
Frodo.
Frodo?
Oh, Frodo.
Frodo, Sauron's Bane.
Cool.
Now, the interesting thing about this is Frodo is single white mana for a 1/2 halfling citizen.
Well, this is very early in the story. He's hiding from the Nazgul under a tree.
But then you can pay 2 either white or black. If Frodo Sauron's Bane is a citizen, it instead becomes a halfling scout with base power and toughness 2, 3, and lifelink.
Huh.
A little bit of character growth, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
And then for 3 black, if Frodo is a scout, it becomes a halfling rogue with whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game if the ring has tempted you 4 or more times this game. Otherwise, the ring tempts you.
That's hilarious.
So this is Frodo's entire journey on one card.
It is.
And in fact, it's also a callback to a previous halfling card, because in Magic, the halflings on Lorwyn, I think, are called the Kithkin. And there's a Kithkin that is white and red and has the same pattern, and grows in that same kind of way. If it's this, make it that. If it's this, give it more abilities. So that's kind of a callback to that, and that card is called Figure of Destiny, so it's kind of appropriate. Hey, 38 Hypnodisc, welcome.
Oh, and I just got a message from a friend of mine who popped in for a few minutes but couldn't stay, who says about Prince Imrahil, if it'll load for me. Imrahil is Prince of Dol Amroth on the coast of Gondor. So thank you for that, HS.
Let me see. What do we have? Now, I'm looking back through the stack of cards because we've got another Éomer. We have Éomer, Marshal of Rohan. So, a lot of the legendary creatures have multiple forms in this set. So, yeah, we've got 2 Éomers. And in fact, I just lied, we have 3.
What?
We have another Éomer of the Rittermark, but in foil.
Cool. Well, you can see the design better on the previous card there. And I said this when looking at the commander stuff, but the braids on the horses are cool. And all the braids in general, but I like that they went with, all the detail on the horses as well. It really shows you, like, how invested the riders of Rohan are in their horses.
We have a question that I think you can answer. Anyone else hearing the BBC Lord of the Rings audio drama music in their head when they look at these cards?
I hadn't been, but now I'm sure. I appreciate that. The BBC audio drama is, in my opinion, the best adaptation of Lord of the Rings there is.
So, Frodo talked to us about, being tempted by the ring. If you're not familiar with what being tempted by the ring does,
Oh, here it is.
whenever you are tempted, you add a new ability to your ring bearer, and you get to choose which creature on the field is your ring bearer. So at first, they become legendary and can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. Then, if you get tempted again, anytime they attack, you draw a card and then discard. Then, anytime they become blocked by a creature, that creature's controller sacrifices it at the end of combat. So it's very dangerous to block a ring bearer. And then, of course, if the ring has tempted you 4 or more times, it deals, or anytime your ring bearer deals combat damage to a player, each opponent loses 3 life. Or if you've got Frodo out and he's maxed out, then your opponent loses the game, which is also fun. But that is one pack. We get to move on to new packs.
For that, hi Scapegrace.
Hello.
We just this is 38 Hypnodisc.
Yes, I see. I really got to figure out this setup so that I can move that screen over here when we're doing stuff like this.
Yeah. I'll just keep looking over your shoulder for you.
Yes. All right. What do we have here? We have art. I don't know which way is up.
I think that makes sense. So this is Bilbo putting the ring into an envelope for Frodo.
Yes. Surprisingly, this is not art from the One Ring. This is art from Bilbo's ring, which is different.
Huh.
Because at the time, it's not the One Ring yet. We don't know that.
It hadn't been positively identified, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the art. It's very realistic.
Yeah, it's beautiful art. The detail on the clothing is great.
Hey, GCU is Tomasz.
Oh, good to see you.
And thank you for the follow. The One Ring. Yes, it is. So, for our land card, we've got the Old Forest, which actually kind of goes really well with the land card from the last one, because the last one was the Shire. So we're generally moving east, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that should line up. It doesn't, but it should.
It should. Alas, can't have everything.
Of course, we can always refer to my map of Middle-earth that is on the wall of this room.
Yes, it's very difficult to take down off the wall at the moment. But let's see what we got in this pack. First, we have a Cirith Ungol Patrol. You know, we got some orc soldiers. It's fine.
Looks like they're maybe in Shelob's passages.
Potentially, because we also have Shelob's Ambush.
Oh, convenient.
Yes.
Not for them, but...
No. But it's cool, because we've also got Hobbit's Sting, which is not actually about the name of the sword, but more about the act of getting stabbed by it. We've got Pippin's Bravery. That's when he went toe-to-toe with a troll chieftain, I think, outside the Black Gate, and ended up almost dying because it fell on top of him.
Yeah, I think they stabbed it in the foot, but...
He's stabbing it somewhere else, I think.
Pippin stabbed upwards, and the written blade of Westerness pierced through the hide and went deep into the vitals of the troll. Okay, not the foot at all.
Yeah. You know what you're gonna need after that kind of fight?
What are you gonna need?
You're gonna need a bath song. I told you.
Yeah.
So
did.
there is a card in one of the commander decks, it's Harmonize, that shows the hobbits having a bath and having a good time singing songs, and Eleanor knew that the bath song was in this set because I had asked what it was when the cards were being spoiled. And she thought that was the card I was asking about,
I
but
did.
it was not.
It is the actual bath song, which is a saga.
Yes.
And what does it do?
You draw 2 cards and then discard a card on chapters 1 and 2.
Okay.
On chapter 3, you shuffle any number of target cards from your graveyard into your library, and you add 2 blue mana.
I struggled to interpret that, but...
So, the way I see it is you are resting and refreshing and kind of like getting your stuff back together and being all ready to go for the trip.
But discarding the worn, the soiled, I suppose.
Sure. Now this is a really good card, and I've already Hobbit Sting is good. WinCon.
For a really stupid food creation deck.
So, 1 and a white. Hobbit Sting deals X damage to target creature, where X is the number of creatures you control plus the number of foods you control. So, not a win con, but definitely super good removal in a food-centric deck. Which I've actually, I played that in the pre-release.
I was gonna say, I've heard that's a thing.
Yeah, I had so many hobbits, along with, some other things that really worked well for that. So, I want to tell you about one of the lands that I'm very excited about. It is the Grey Havens. So when the Grey Havens enters the battlefield, scry 1, you can add colorless, or you can add 1 mana of any color that among legendary creature cards in your graveyard. So it gets more powerful the more legendary creatures are in your graveyard.
Interesting.
At least if they have a lot of colors between them. So this is going in the dragon deck.
Oh, your dragon deck.
Oh yeah, the dragon deck.
Okay.
Because they're all pretty much legendary anyway. No, it would have been hilarious if it was creature or player. That would have been so much fun. You know what we haven't had enough of?
Well, haven't we had enough of?
We haven't had enough elves.
We could use some more elves.
We could use
Sure.
Glorfindel.
Of course we could use Glorfindel.
Dauntless Rescuer.
Yes.
3/2 for 3. When you scry, choose 1, and Glorfindel gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Either Glorfindel must be blocked this turn, if able, of course, or Glorfindel can't be blocked by more than 1 creature each combat this turn. So if you can scry twice in a turn, then you get to give Glorfindel both, which means it must be blocked, but can't be blocked by more than 1 creature.
So he's just gonna ride right over him.
Yeah, because at that point he'd be a 5/4.
And of course that's his horse, Asphaloth.
And Scape is correct that, Tom Bombadil's 5 colors, so if Tom Bombadil's in the graveyard, the Grey Havens taps for any color you want. It's a really good reason to run 5-color legendaries in a deck like that.
Wooburg.
Yes. Is 1 elf enough?
Oh no, you gotta have one.
Gotta have more than 1 elf. How about Arwen Undomio? Undomio?
Undomio.
Yes, that one. So we got an Arwen.
He's just chilling up in a tree.
Yeah, like you do.
Sure.
As an elf. Whenever you scry, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So any creature you want. And, what is that? That is 4 green, blue, scry 2. So kind of just like general all-purpose, value card right there.
She buffs and she has the sight.
Yes. And is a 2/2 for 2. But in a green-blue elf deck, you're going to be scrying a lot. Most of the green-blue elves in this set have some manner of scry ability or benefit for scrying.
Which makes a ton of sense.
So maybe what she's up in that tree doing is looking out for Mirkwood bats.
Escape says, so Arwen and Glorf look great together, which will please Elrond to no end.
You should see what Elrond does. So we got Mirkwood bats. 4 mana for a 2/3 flyer. Whenever you create or sacrifice a token, each opponent loses 1 life. Now, do you know what one of the major things that Black is doing in this set is?
I do not.
making orc armies,
Oh yeah.
and
okay.
those are tokens.
Oh.
So Mirkwood bats, kind of hilarious, and pauper legal, which is got some people worried about the, health of pauper.
I don't know there's any reference to this from the text that I'm aware of, but sure.
Well, we know why the bats are out flying.
Because it's late, and that's when they hunt.
No, they've been disturbed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they got disturbed by Sauron the Necromancer.
Oh.
In
see,
Mirkwood.
Of course.
Yeah. So yeah, legendary creature Avatar Horror, which is an interesting thing. Yeah, that's a lot of text. I gotta pull this up here to read this. Whenever Sauron the Necromancer attacks, exile target creature card from your graveyard. Create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 3/3 black wraith with menace. At the beginning of your next end step, exile that token unless Sauron is your ring bearer.
Well, we don't want that.
Oh, we definitely want that.
We don't want that.
We want that. So, very fun card. It would be hilarious if you could get that to work 9 times. For reasons. So, we have a foil that we have seen before. We have seen Prince Imrahil the Fair.
Of Dol Amroth.
Yes. So, there we go. That is the last card in this pack. We do get a thing talking about Winchester drafts, but I've never done a Winchester draft. Next pack.
I do have the BBC music in my head now. Thank you, Scape.
Ooh, I like the art on this card. So I think this is Saga art, which is why it's this direction instead of sideways.
9 times, you say? If only there was a card you could have 9 of in this format.
There is. We'll get to it, hopefully. So to go along with this lovely art that is of the Valley of Gorgoroth. So not, in fact, a saga, but a land. This must be the full art version of that land. And I can't remember what it does, because it's one of those box toppers that's a renamed card.
Oh, okay.
It might be Urborg, which means it turns everything into a swamp. Yes. So we have a swamp, in fact.
Okay.
That is the Dead Marshes.
Yes, it is.
So, really appropriate. We have Hithlane Knots.
Probably his line.
Hithlane?
Probably.
Probably.
That is the rope of Lothlorien.
Yep. And they are tying up poor, emaciated Smeagol.
Yeah.
Poor lad.
If you will try to run away, you must be tied.
And then we have Willow Wind. So yeah, that is a flying creature, elemental.
Okay, I guess that's just some Maya hanging around.
Yeah, sure, why not? We've never seen any of those around. We have a Greyhaven's Navigator. Smeedy SM. Yes.
Do y'all remember Gollum in black leather? Because
I do.
if you don't, you need to look up Pika and elves in black leather.
So, moving on, for the sake of our sanity, if we have any left, we have a Goblin Fire Leaper. Goblin doing stuff. But, here's the thing, potentially you will remember. Fear, Fire, Foes.
Ah, the alarm call of the Shire. Maybe specifically, Buckland. They're on the border.
And, yeah, so we've got Fear Fire Foes. Damage can't be prevented. Deals X damage to target creature and 1 damage to each other creature with the same controller.
I just want to see this for a second.
Yeah,
'Cause
sure.
I'm wondering if we have a Frediger Bulger on the card, but it looks like we just have a Nazgul on the card. Setting the Shire on fire, but that... yeah.
You know, it's probably they're dealing with a foray of the orcs, you know?
Oh.
You know.
I mean, that has happened in the history of the Shire, but not recently.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I got something special for you. Since we've figured out where Prince Imrahil is from, we have the Knights of Dol Amroth.
Oh, spiffy. That's cool.
And we got the, you know, full art card, which actually, this is a 5x5 card panorama. There are 25 cards that go into a single picture.
Oh, okay. Oh, question for you.
Yes.
This is regarding game rules, so it's definitely for you.
It doesn't stop regeneration. Regeneration, they take the damage, they actually would die, and then regeneration says instead of dying, they get tapped and you clear all the damage from them. So they took the damage, it wasn't prevented, it was just retconned. So we have a legendary land, Rivendell. Again, full art.
Where elves yet dwell, in glades beneath the misty fell.
So this is like the one we saw earlier. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a legendary creature. Taps for blue. And pretty cheap. Scry 2 only activate if you control a legendary creature. So you definitely want that in an Elves deck. Speaking of legendary lands, we have Mount Doom.
Oh, we saw that on the art over there.
That is different art.
Oh, it is.
Yes. So you can tap it and pay a life to add a black or a red. You can pay 1 black red and tap it to deal 1 damage to each opponent.
Ouch.
Or you can pay 5 black red and sacrifice that and a legendary artifact. Choose up to 2 creatures, then destroy the rest. Activate only as a sorcery.
So that's the mountain blowing up, huh?
Yes, and only 2 people made it out alive.
Well, them and an eagle.
Right. So we've got a saga next. We've got ourselves a Scroll of Isildur.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Look at that. I love the art on the sagas. They're very good. They're great for making banners, which they do. But yeah, I will let you read that one.
All right. I'm just looking at this art because it's like the whole tale of Isildur distilled down to 1 frame. And there's some Elvish script, which I'm not even remotely qualified to interpret, but someone else probably has. Okay, as this saga enters, and after your draw step, add a lore counter. Sacrifice after Phase 3. Phase 1. Gain control of up to 1 target artifact for as long as you control Scroll of Isildur. The ring tempts you. I guess that's him getting the ring. Phase 2. Tap up to 2 target creatures, put a stun counter on each of them. Not sure yet. Phase 3. Draw a card for each tapped creature target opponent controls.
So stunning keeps them from untapping, keeps them from doing anything. So I assume that's what happened to Elrond. Like, dude, you gotta do the thing. He's like, no. And then he walked away, and Elrond's like, what?
Yeah, that could be it.
So we have our foil here. We've got You Cannot Pass, which is the scene we were talking about earlier. Yeah, destroy target creature that blocked or was blocked by a legendary creature this turn.
Yikes.
Yeah. And then we got a treasure token. which is really nice. And actually, it has, you know, it's probably Sting, right?
I think so, which is very pretty, and I like it a lot.
Yes.
My friend HS has made it back just in time for shiny Isildur.
Mm-hmm.
He's very shiny.
Ooh, we got Fellbeast?
No, that's a dragon.
Is that a
That's
dragon?
a proper dragon with a horde.
Is that Smog?
It could be.
That
It's not
could be the Horde.
particularly golden, but maybe it's the light.
Well, we got Cavern Horde Dragon, which is, I think, out of the Commander decks. So, fun.
Yeah.
We have ourselves an island map now. We've almost got 5 different kinds of lands. But, yeah, that is, what, the Grey Havens?
Yes, the Grey Havens are here.
Right there up at the top.
Yep.
Yeah, so we've got, like, the Dead Marshes is way out of the way, but the other 3 are kind of right in a row.
Kinda, yeah.
We have ourselves a generous Ent. That is, making food.
Oh, this one I've seen in the commander decks. This is the one I remarked is like a Scandinavian troll for some reason with that nose.
Yeah, maybe. But, I have a card here called Mushroom Watchdogs. Now, I know I said there wasn't going to be trivia. What are the names of the 2 Mushroom Watchdogs?
Grip, Fang, Heel Boys.
It is Grip and Fang.
Haha.
So, sack of food, put a +1/+1 counter on Mushroom Watchdogs. It gains vigilance until end of turn, activate only as a sorcery. Mushroom Watchdogs is very good. If you can make food at any kind of rate, it's very good. So, yeah.
I love these German Shepherd looking pointy-eared dogs.
So, what else we got here? We got, yeah, they're kind of maybe half German Shepherd. They're getting up to kind of like Great Dane looking.
Yeah, I can see that. Maybe like a Malinois.
It would make sense for hobbits to have the largest dogs they could find. That would be fun. But on the evil end of the scale, we have wargs. So we've got a snarling warg right here.
Oh gosh.
Now we do have another legendary, and this legendary is Gwaihir the Windlord.
Oh, look at the tail on him.
Yeah. So this spell costs 2 less to cast as long as you've drawn more 2 or more cards this turn. It's got flying, it's got vigilance, and other birds you control have vigilance.
Neat.
So Gwaihir wants to definitely be at the head of a bird deck. You know, just like as many big birds as you can get.
Now, I've heard his brother is also in this set. I wonder if we'll see him.
Oh, what's his brother's name?
Landreval, if I remember right.
So we've got what I call, this is not what the card is called, but I call it Fool of a Took. It is Stern Scolding. That would be an interesting thing that they could do with that. For sure. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Depends on how you feel about sapperlings. Are they delicious? I don't know. We have You Cannot Pass. We have... Ooh, I like this card. Lost to Legend. For white, instant, put target non-land historic permanent into its owner's library 4th from the top. for the reference, historic is artifacts, legendaries, and sagas. So the art depicts the ring sitting on the bottom of a river.
The Anduin, yes.
So yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, that'll be back later, but it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while till some hobbit-like creature digs it up while fishing.
Yes. Potentially, though, could be found by something different. Could be found by an Oliphant.
No.
Yeah, definitely could be.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh. Okay, then. Yeah, definitely could be food tokens. Now, we do have a card here that you've seen.
Okay.
We have a legendary creature that is the face commander of one of the decks.
Oh, okay.
We have Eowyn, Shield Maiden,
Yes.
which has art depicting her doing some acrobatic nonsense and cutting the head off of Felbies.
With her cool sword, which is cool.
Yes. So, very good card. Very powerful. What do we have here? We have Sauron's Ransom. Yeah, that is, I think, when they were talking to the mouth of Sauron.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That could be that dude.
He was dear to you, I see, and now he shall endure the slow torment of years.
Yes, that is the mouth of Sauron, alluding to having captured Frodo, which was totally a lie.
Okay. We've got another Greyhaven Navigator, and the token of this particular pack is an interesting one. It's legendary. It's red. It's got flying and haste. Yeah, I buy that. I buy it.
I do have to walk back what I said a minute ago about the mouth of Sauron lying about Frodo being captured. They did, in fact, capture Frodo at one point. They had no idea who they had, though, and they had already escaped by that point.
Yes. Now, Escape suggests that this token is the boulder.
The boulder?
Yes, the boulder. But it is not, because when this creature dies, create 14 treasure tokens.
Gosh.
What legendary creature, flying haste, red, could create 14 treasure tokens?
That sounds like a dragon to me.
Does it sound like a dragon?
It sounds like a dragon.
Does it sound like Smaug?
It does indeed. That is pretty.
Yeah. Now, what creates that treasure token we haven't found out yet. Or what creates that dragon token. Now, why 14 treasure?
Well, 13 dwarves plus a hobbit.
Yes. So, very flavorful.
Yeah.
Also, it's a 6/6 with flying and haste. And if they manage to kill it before it kills them, then you get a bunch of treasure.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of ridiculous. I have lost games to Smaug, as one does.
Seems maybe you get it from a saga.
Yes.
Cool. I want to see that saga.
I bet you do. Saga is also red. What do we got? We got some kind of Sauron.
Yeah, I think so. And his helm in this art, I don't know how I feel about that. It's weird.
It is. Got kind of a hammerhead thing going on.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put him over there. We didn't get a map, unfortunately. We got a regular island. We got the Knights of Dol Amroth in the regular treatment.
Oh, they got like cherry blossoms or something. That's pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, there's cherry blossoms around the horses' necks and everything.
Mm-hmm.
We also have Dunedain Blade, which is a nice sword
It is a nice sword.
Equipped creature gets +2/+1. You can equip it to a human for a single mana, or equip it to anything else for 3.
Okay.
You know, it's sized for a human, so...
Yes.
We have an improvised club, which is you pick up something and you beat somebody with it.
Sure.
Specifically, you pick up an artifact or a creature, and you beat somebody with it.
But in the picture, it looks like it is holding a person.
It is a cave troll holding a goblin, and using it as a club.
I see.
Yeah. So, we are still on the things that are weapons train, and the next one is the Lash of the Balrog,
Oh.
which is actually not an equipment, it is a sorcery. You can sack a creature or pay 4 in addition to the single black mana. Destroy target creature.
You know, come to think of it, I don't know if the average person could actually pick up a Balrog's whip. I mean, maybe it's just part of it.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Absolutely. We have Bilbo, retired burglar,
Hey.
who is blue and red, and when enters or leaves the battlefield, the ring tempts you. And then whenever Bilbo deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token.
Okay, this looks like he's at his party giving his speech.
Yes. And in fact, if you read the flavor text,
Oh yes, a good quote. I don't know half of you half as well as I should like, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve. It's so sassy.
and quoted at least one graduation ceremony that I'm aware of. Now, we're still on weapons, apparently. Bilbo
Okay.
has collected a few.
Uh,
He got a barrow blade.
no, he didn't.
Well, somebody got a barrow blade.
The Frodo and Merry and Pippin, I think they did.
Oh, you know what? You're right. It was Frodo.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Okay. In his scout form.
Yes, he is a halfling scout. And whenever Frodo or another legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, the ring tempts you. It's a lot of the ring tempting Frodo and Bilbo.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. And as long as Frodo is your ring bearer, it must be blocked if able.
Okay. I'm kind of distracted by his magnificent coat.
It's a nice coat.
It is a really nice coat.
Yes. We're not done with legendary creatures. We have Gollum, Patient Plotter.
Oh, he's so creepy.
Well, he's a halfling horror.
Yeah.
He should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 3/1 Gollum. When leaves the battlefield, the ring tempts you. You can pay 1 and sacrifice a creature. Return Gollum from your graveyard to your hand. Activate only as a sorcery. You think you get rid of him.
Nope. He just refuses
keeps
to go
coming
away.
back. We got a full art foray of orcs.
Okay.
We have Minas Tirith, which is, again, part of the same cycle. Enters tapped unless you control a legendary creature. Taps for a white. And you can pay, is that 1 and a white to draw a card, but only if you control, or if you attacked, sorry, with 2 or more creatures this turn. So, if you are aggressive, you can get more resources.
Okay.
But you gotta worry, if you're in Minas Tirith, about the rise of the Witch King.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, shiny.
Very shiny.
Each player sacks a creature. If you sacked a creature this way, you may return another permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So, do you know where that's going?
Where's that going?
That is going into the Oathbreaker deck that I'm building to fight your werewolves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Question before we go on.
Question. Pretty well, actually. I was talking to somebody at pre-release and saying that they should have done a mass orcs in Warhammer and then brought it back for this one. Because, yeah, what is this here? So, Amass Orcs 2 is put down an Orc army token and put 2 counters on it. So, your Orcs just keep making more Orcs. That's what they do. I would say that they probably work pretty well.
Does the difference of spelling matter?
I mean, 40k orcs can't spell anyway, so they probably spelled it that way by accident before.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I think they need to revisit 40k. We need a Tau deck, we need an Orc deck, we need, you know, we could have both the Craft World Eldari and the Drukhari.
So a Wog Shagrat deck is totally possible.
Yes. What do we have here? We've got some kind of orcs.
That is some kind of orcs.
They are... Oh, the Thrill of Possibility is what this is.
Okay.
I don't know. We got a shiny Mirkwood.
Ooh.
So that's fun.
It can't be shiny until it becomes Aaron Losgalen again.
I'm gonna take your word for it, because that was stuff I don't know about. What I do know about is the Black Breath.
Yes, indeed.
Creatures your opponents control get -1/-1 until end of turn. The ring tempts you.
Shiny Mirkwood is just the light reflecting off of Legolas's hair. But his hair, well, it's still shiny. It's just dark in this particular universe.
Yes.
Glorfindel, though, his hair was extremely shiny, as it should be since his name means golden head.
And I learned something today. So, what else we got? We got an Uruk-hai Berserker. When it enters the battlefield, the ring tempts you.
Sure.
Yeah. Now, Escape is going to be very happy about this next one. Because this next one is the Trebuchet that throws rocks at people.
Not just rocks.
Ballistic Boulder is what that token is called.
Sometimes the heads of their enemies.
Sometimes, but it is Ballistic Boulder is the name of the token. And I hope we find one. Gobble launcher. We got Rush the Room, which is a combat trick.
The crossover madness has been a thing.
Okay, I haven't told the rest of y'all about this, but I told Eleanor about this. What I plan to do is I've got all of the 40k decks. I've got all of the Lord of the Rings decks. I'm getting all of the Doctor Who decks. And whatever the fourth one is, I'm going to get all those as well. And then we're going to mash it up and have everybody pick a fandom. And then they get to pick a deck out of that fandom. And then we fight 40k versus Lord of the Rings versus Doctor Who versus, like, who knows what.
It's madness. Madness.
Yes. And I love it. We got an Olog-hai Crusher.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a troll, if you're not in the know, but I think everybody here is.
Can't block unless you control a goblin or an orc. It is not for blocking.
No.
It is for crushing.
Troll smash.
Troll smash. We have Celeborn the Wise, which is in one of the commander decks, and also in my pre-release pool. Whenever you attack with one or more elves, scry one.
Diddly diddly. I don't know what that means.
But, yeah, so Celeborn is good. We also have the Mirror of Galadriel.
That is so cool.
So, 5 and tap, scry 1, then draw a card. Costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature you control.
Okay.
So, all of the elves want you to scry. So if you get, like, an Elrond and a Galadriel and, you know, Celeborn. You can try and draw a card really cheap.
And you should at least have a Galadriel.
Ah, the Tyranid deck is niddly diddly.
Oh, okay. I'm just thinking of Ned Flanders here, and it's doing strange things to my brain.
We have Legolas Counter of Kills again. So, yeah, the art from that first art card is Legolas Counter of Kills.
Yep.
We have a showcase frame.
Okay.
Peregrine Took.
Oh, in green.
Yes. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus an additional food token are created instead.
Okay.
It's like, oh, you made a Hobbit token. It brought food with it.
Yes, but what about second breakfast?
We haven't gotten there yet. So, that's fun. I don't know exactly what that is depicting. Can you...
I think this is Pippin. He's picked up the Palantir. That's what I can make out of it. I don't know what's going on in the background. It looks like some kind of tear in reality, but that's... I don't know. But I think he's holding the Palantir.
Yeah, I'm not sure. What visions did Pippin get when he held the Palantir? What did he see? Other than the eye.
Yeah, I don't remember too well. I know that something on the other side speaks through him, though. So maybe this is just sort of a malign influence.
And it brought food.
No, wait a minute.
So we have Sting the Glinting Dagger.
Thanks, I hate it. You're welcome.
So, Sting gives +1/+1 in haste. At the beginning of each combat, untap the equipped creature. And equipped creature has first strike as long as it's blocking or blocked by a goblin or orc.
Yep.
So,
That makes sense.
very effective against goblins and orcs.
Uh-huh.
Last in this pack is Rally at the Hornburg. So, yeah, create 2 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens. Humans you control gain haste until end of turn. So you make more humans, and then you crack in with the team.
Okay. Yep. Hey guys, Erkenbrand is here. Let's go!
Yes. Where are we at here? What are we doing? Yeah, glowy stuff might want to, investigate why it's glowing.
Sharenkov ready. What?
Yeah, sure. We have Gimli on our art card.
Oh, sweet.
Look at him, looking all, Gimli and such.
Beaten face.
Oh, he definitely beaten face. We got a island. We have a glorious gale. I believe that is Galadriel. The elves of Lorien took Dol Guldur. Galadriel threw down the walls and laid bare its pits, and the forest was clean.
Okay, sweet.
So that is Galadriel getting the job done.
All right.
Somebody got to.
I mean, I guess you could say she's an immigrant to Middle Earth. That's technically true.
Yeah. We have more Galadriel,
Okay.
who is, as of course, dreadful as the storm.
Ooh, scary.
I shall not be dark, but beautiful and terrible as the morning and the night. All shall love me and despair. One of the best speeches ever.
Yes.
What are you doing over there? Get back over here. Ooh.
She does look like She-Ra.
You're not wrong. So we have one of my favorite removal pieces from this set. Claim the Precious. Destroy target creature. The ring tempts you.
Oh gosh, you just murdered your friend there, buddy.
Who is now in a bush.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, I can't even see the art that well, but that's how good this set is.
So we got the Black Breath again. And now, I think I told you about this card. I didn't tell you what it was called.
Oh.
So I'm going to read you what this card does. It's a saga.
Okay.
It has 6 chapters.
6?
6 chapters.
Wow.
Each of them is the same.
Okay.
It says, note a creature type that hasn't been noted for this card before. When you cast your next creature spell of that type, that creature enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. What could this be?
This is like... You said there's 6 phases?
There are 6 phases.
For the...
It's a record, by the way. I don't think we've ever had a saga with more than 4.
Oh, wow. I mean, this sounds like getting the free peoples of Middle-earth together to, stand up. Is it the Last Alliance or something? Is it?
But why a creature type that hasn't been noted before?
I don't know.
It's gonna take a while to get through this whole saga, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's the long list of the ends.
Oh, okay.
Nope, it is the long list of the ends.
Learn now the lore of living creatures. First name the 4. I should remember this. The free peoples, eldest of all the elf children, and the earthborn. Something. I forget the rest. Ah.
So, part of Entish stuff is Entish Restoration, which was, I believe, in one of those before.
No, brainwave with Scape there.
Yes. We got another quick beam. Got a lot of quick beams. So this is the regular art. You can see kind of what's going on there.
Quickbeam wants to be an army unto himself.
I mean, quick beam is.
Yeah, all of them are really.
Now, you may have heard of this before. We have Landraval, Horizon Witness.
Hey! It's the guy.
It is the bird you were talking about earlier.
Yes.
Another bird noble. I think this is going to be a favorite of yours.
Okay.
We have a showcase frame. Faramir Field Commander.
I do like Faramir. Let's see what he's got going on here.
So 3/3 for 4. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, draw a card. Whenever the ring tempts you, if you choose a creature other than Faramir Field Commander as your ring bearer, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token.
Because Faramir resisted the temptation.
Yes.
And went on to be awesome.
Escape says, Big Burr but Land Rover.
No, stop it.
We got a regular Mount Doom.
Oh, just a regular mountain.
Just a regular mountain.
It's just a regular
yes.
fiery mountain. No big deal.
That is also a board wipe, yes. We also have our second Elrond, Lord of Rivendell, showcase foil.
Oh, yes. Looking creepy.
Looking creepy. Spirit token.
Sure.
Onward and roundwards.
Oh, clockwise or Widdershins?
I don't know. It's on a sphere.
Oh.
I kept trying to go west and they wouldn't let me. I kept ending up in the east. It's weird. Ooh. That's Frodo Baggins, but it's signed.
Yeah. We can see the fancy coat better.
So
looks like, oh yeah, you can see where he got stabbed. Look at that.
Uh-huh. That fancy coat got ripped. We have another map card, one we don't have yet, and this one is an island. I don't know why it's an island. I guess this is for the Anduin? Like, I mean, you got that right there, but like, The Anduin's the only notable thing.
Guess. I mean, there's the Bay of Balfalos there as well.
Right, but who's ever heard of that?
Well, me.
Who else?
People in your stream right now.
Paths of the Dead is a box topper, actually. It is Cavern of Souls, which is very appropriate. You're right. I forgot
That's
HS
right.
exists.
That's right.
HS definitely knows all of the little names on these maps that I do not. We have an Oliphant. I don't remember where my center is on this. We have the well-known Mirkwood Spider.
That's why you need reach. Or no, they have reach.
No, this one has Death Touch. So 1/1 with Death Touch gives other things Death Touch. We got Mirkwood Bats.
Speaking of HS, he says there is indeed an island just off the mouths of Anduin. So there you go.
Well, that's the island then. There you go. We have an Ithilien Kingfisher, which is really nice purple bird.
That is a very pretty bird.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's quite good.
I just want to read the flavor text on this. After their reunion, the hobbits spent many days in Ithilien. The stream that flowed from the falls of Heneth-on-Noon could be heard in the night as it rushed down through its rocky gate.
So we've got some Dunedain Rangers. They have Landfall. I didn't realize Landfall was in this set. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, if you don't control a ring bearer, the ring tempts you.
Oh dear.
Now we've had Grip and Fang. Now we have the shortcut to mushrooms because they had to have shortcut to mushrooms.
Of course. There's been a lot of chapter titles actually.
There really are a lot. Yes.
Names of cards.
They used the resources they had, and the chapter titles were a big resource. So when Shortcut to Mushrooms enters the battlefield, the ring tempts you. At the beginning of your end step, if a permanent you controlled left the battlefield this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Fun. We've got Ring Sight, which gives us a glimpse at the Nazgul.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is a good one. I am going to read the flavor text. You tell me what you think this is depicting.
Okay.
Ashnazg Durbatuluk, Ashnazg Gimbatul, Ashnazg Thrakatuluk, Ag Burzum Ishi Krimpatul.
Good pronunciation, and I mean that's the inscription on the ring.
It is the fiery inscription.
Yes.
And I ain't afraid of, black speech on my stream.
You should be.
Do I look like Gandalf?
No one has dared utter that tongue in this house. Gandalf the Grey. I'm misquoting that. Sorry.
Yeah. But I have. Short. Valid deck wouldn't make shortcut to mushrooms work. That is unfortunate. What do we got? We got Pippin's Bravery, but in fancy form. It's the full art.
I think we've got Merry and Pippin here.
They do appear to both be on the card, yes. Yeah. But Pippin's the only one brave enough to stab a troll.
I mean, Merry gets his licks in too.
So we have a dwarf emissary.
Okay.
We have Glowin, dwarf emissary.
Yeah,
look at how
Gimli's
cool
dad.
he is.
Oh, he's cool. Look at the beard.
That is an intricate beard.
I love it. Tucked into the belt. Yes, that's accurate.
So whenever you cast a historic spell, create a treasure token. This ability triggers only once each turn. Tap and sack a treasure, goad target creature, which means they have to attack, but they can't attack you. So, yeah.
Okay, then.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like goading things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We also have a foil. Slip on the ring, which looks beautiful in foil.
That's really cool.
Wow. And is fun. It's a blink effect, and then the ring tempts you.
Okay.
So.
This is absolutely the scene in The Prancing Pony.
Oh, yes. Definitely that scene. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Ooh.
Oh, wow.
We all know what that scene is.
Dang.
That's really cool art.
That, my heart.
Eleanor has taken psychic damage. We got the Dead Marshes again. You were talking about chapter titles earlier.
Yes.
Many Partings.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Search your library for a basic land card and reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle, create a food token. You know.
Yep.
Second breakfast. Everybody loves it. Should be an enchantment that gives flying called Put on the Wing. No. Should be called Fly, You Fools. So, second breakfast, very fun. Make some food tokens. Mm-hmm. Did you know that not all food is tokens?
I did not.
Yes. Lembas is food.
Ah.
It does everything that food does, plus more.
Okay, then. It is artifact food.
Yes. And they look delicious.
They do.
You know.
I mean, it's shaped like hardtack, but I imagine it's, well, of course it's much more pleasant.
Yes. Generous and Ken, we've got the food token thing going on here. And I am going to collect these cards and move them aside because I want to put 3 cards next to each other.
Ooh.
Because I've looked ahead. Because I do that.
Okay. Where have you been? Looking ahead?
Maybe.
And what made you return?
I found some friends.
Looking behind?
I'm out of my depth.
Sorry.
And I'm scared.
I'm sorry. I was quoting The Hobbit at you.
I figured.
Legolas counter of kills again.
Yes. 1 card is enough to fill out a grown deck for a day. How many in your deck, Pip? 4. So we got a Legolas counter of kills. Now, why would I want to put some extra cards out here with Legolas counter of kills?
Well, do we have a Gimli to go with him?
We have a Gimli counter of kills.
Fabulous.
Which is the art we saw earlier.
Aha.
Like I said, he was definitely beaten face.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have Friendly Rivalry.
Ah.
We have the full set.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. The thing about set boosters is sometimes they do have a theme.
Huh.
And it seems like we got a food theme and then the Friendly Rivalry trio.
42, Master Legolas.
Cried Gimli. He hewed a 2-handed stroke and laid the last orc before his feet. Now my count passes Master Legolas. No, that's 21, and then 42.
And that's earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, there's another card, I think, that does the whole thing.
Awesome.
It's great. Move those aside. We've got Rising of the Day, which is creatures you control have haste. Legendary creatures you control get +1/+0.
See, this is what I was talking about with Erkenbrand.
Yeah. So, yeah, they are definitely showing up and ready to beat face.
Yep.
We have another full art Oliphant.
Cool.
Ooh. We have another legendary creature.
Oh.
We have seen this legendary creature before, but not by this name.
Okay.
We have Sharky tyrant of the Shire.
Oh, I see.
Yes. Avatar Rogue. Yeah, Rogue seems appropriate.
Yeah.
Activated abilities of lands your opponents control can't be activated unless they are mana abilities. And then Sharky has all activated abilities of lands your opponents control except the mana abilities. So he has taken everything from the land except the land bit.
Gosh.
And mana of any type can be spent to activate Sharky's abilities.
He is of many colors after all.
He is, though fewer this time than when he was
Right.
Saruman of many colors. Now, I would like you to look at this art.
Okay.
Look how sassy that man is sitting.
He is sitting so sassy.
I mean, admittedly, he's in a hobbit's chair,
Yeah.
but he is so sassy.
And I think that's Wormtongue with him still.
Yes. Ooh. We have another saga. And we have a saga called Oath of the Grey Host.
Oh, and it's shiny as well.
It is shiny. So, yeah, we've got Oath of the Grey Host. You and target opponent each create a food token. Each opponent loses 3 life, create a treasure token, and then create 3 tapped 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So, Oath of the Grey Host. We're going to go through some things, and we're going to come out the other end with an army of spirits.
Yep.
What do we got? Ooh. Yeah, that is the showcase art for Pippin.
Oh, maybe we can get a better look at what's going on here.
Yeah, here, take a look. In the meantime, we got a map of Mordor. Very important if you plan to go hiking into Mordor.
Yeah. Of course, one does not simply walk into Mordor.
That's why I said
Good
hike.
to, yeah.
You gotta really
That's
hike.
true. You gotta go over those mountains.
We have Nimrodel Watcher.
Oh.
What is Nimrodel?
Nimrodel is a stream between the Misty Mountains and Lothlorien.
Okay, so they're watching the stream to make sure no hobbits are trying anything funny.
Well, I mean, they're mostly watching for orcs.
Oh, right. The actual danger.
Yes.
We have a Haunt of the Dead Marshes, which is a nightmare elf.
Oh my. Yep.
We have some Chance Met elves.
Who do we have here?
It is said, "Go not to the elves for counsel, for they will say both no and yes."
I suppose that could be Gildor.
Could be. We have Samwise the Stout-Hearted, which we saw earlier as a showcase, I think. Shows up with the File of Galadriel and Sting, and says, not my Frodo.
That's gorgeous.
Oh. Now, I do know how much you love your sagas. You do love your sagas, especially Tale of Tenuviel.
Ooh. Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, the Tale of Tenuviel is a saga. It's 5 mana to cast. Target creature you control gains indestructible for as long as you control this saga. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Yeah, that happened.
And then up to 2 target creatures you control each gain lifelink until end of turn.
Aww. That's gorgeous. Look at that.
Absolutely. Next one of my favorite story moments, is Gift of Strands.
Strands. Oh, yes.
Yep. Gift of Strands has flash. When it enters the battlefield, scry 2, enchanted creature gets +3/+3. One free chair.
Sure, yeah. None have ever made me a request so bold and yet so courteous.
It is one of my favorite scenes in the entire Lord of the Rings. But enough of all of this. You know, we need a party.
A party?
Yes. So I got Gandalf, friend of the Shire, to show up with some fireworks.
Hooray!
Has flash, and you may cast sorceries as though they had flash. So now all of your sorceries are instants. Yeah, good times.
Nice.
We have a full art Lash of the Balrog.
Okay.
So that obviously goes up out of frame to another card. I don't know what that could possibly be.
No idea.
Right? Now Eleanor.
Yes.
Sorry, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking
What?
to Eleanor Gardner.
Commonly confused.
Yes. Halfling Scout. When Eleanor Gardner enters the battlefield, create a food token. At the beginning of your end step, if you sacked a food token this turn, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. So, make food, eat that food, and go exploring.
Yeah, gotta go set up a new hobbit colony. Over
Yes.
At, yeah.
We have another saga.
Okay.
We have the Fall of Gilgalad.
Fall of Gilgalad.
Yes.
I got
So-
another song for this one.
You got another song for this one?
Gilgalad was an elven king. Of him the harpers sadly sing. The last whose realm was fair and free between the mountains and the sea. And I started too low.
You can never start too low.
Well, that's fine for you.
Yeah, so got ourselves basically that is the song that would be this saga,
Uh-huh.
because that's the thing, all of the sagas and things are either a story or a song. So yeah. And now last card for the pack is an East Farthing Farmer, and the reason I love this card so much is there is a content creator in Magic
Oh.
by the name of Shivambat, and looks exactly like him.
I remember you showed me this.
And in fact, he's growing the same vegetables in his garden.
Like a turnip or something.
Yeah, a radish or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
So I rather like that one. And he said, I have all of those clothes. I could go into the other room right now and very quickly put together the cosplay for this.
That's also just a pretty card.
It is. It really is. And, you know, he's threatening somebody with a pitchfork. I imagine that is whoever's come to take his turnips.
Yeah. My cabbages.
Ooh. We have a King of Rohan.
Ooh.
I think he looks awesome.
He does look awesome. Very, very impressive.
Yeah. That is a solid guy right there.
And that is a sword you would use from horseback too.
Yes. Gotta have that curve to it. We also have Mirkwood, not shiny this time. We also have East Farthing Farmer again.
Cool.
And so, East Farthing Farmer, East Mark Cavalier.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just chilling in the east today.
I don't think we're gonna chill in the east,
No?
because we gotta go hit up the Westmark.
Oh,
We got
okay.
a Westmark
The
rider.
Westfold.
Westfold. Yes, because I forgot to read it.
Uh-huh. You know, I hear that reading the card explains the card.
I didn't read any of the card. I barely knew it was a card. We also have Esquire of the King.
Cool.
We have more Knights of Dol Amroth.
Very nice.
We have ourselves a legendary orc. Gorbag of Minas Morgul.
Oh, yes.
Who, you know, definitely is the green I was expecting of orcs.
Like, you know, I was gonna say he looks like he would fit in with the 40k variety.
Yeah.
He needs more, you know, like, jaw augmentation.
I was gonna say Daka, but yeah.
That too.
What do we got? Ooh, we've got Saruman's Trickery.
Wog!
We have Saruman's Trickery. It's a counterspell, and it amasses orcs.
Okay. Yep.
And now we have Saruman the Blue. I mean, Saruman the White, who is blue.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. But amasses orcs.
Yep.
That is a thing he does.
Yep. Of course, blue is the color of magic in Magic.
Yes, it is. Now, we have a card we've seen before, but this one has the showcase border on it. It is Gollum, Patient Plotter.
Yep, still looking creepy.
Still looking creepy, but now he is at home in his little lake under the mountain.
Yes.
We have the Witch King of Angmar.
Okay. I guess up on his Fellbeast.
Yep, up on his Fellbeast, looking cool and spiky.
Very spiky, gosh. Very, very spiky.
But who could we possibly get to fight against the forces of darkness led by the Witch King?
Well,
Not the Witch King himself. Bad choice.
Oh.
Don't want to have this one fight him.
no. Okay.
No, because it's Strider, Ranger of the North.
Oh, yeah, no, he's got other stuff to do.
Yeah. Definitely does not circumvent the
That prophecy?
prophecy. Yeah.
True.
Dangerous to not consider prophecies that your opponent has. No talking me, I Angmar. All right, come on, yeah, there we go. Ooh, that is a fun card.
Ooh,
Look at
pretty.
that.
What is happening here?
I don't know entirely. This might be Elven Chorus.
Oh, I think maybe we saw this card in the Commander stuff. And I thought maybe this was...
Realm Seekers. We did see this in the Commander stuff.
Right, and I thought maybe this is Gildor's band of elves traveling to the Grey Havens, and the hobbits run into them on their way out of the Shire.
That is entirely possible. We have Random Mountain.
Okay.
We have Woe's Pathfinder, which was also in the Elf deck.
Oh yeah, and it's so cool. They've got the Wozes, these guys, the Wild Men.
We also have a Protector of Gondor. Oh. We also have an Errand Rider of Gondor. You know, you gotta send somebody out to, link up with the stalwarts of Osgiliath. Ooh, wonder what could be in here. It's an inherited envelope. Could be anything.
But we saw what went in it.
Could even be a boat.
No. No, I mean, no. No.
Ah, okay. So, we have more orc with legendary. We have Maur.
Mar.
Yeah, Mauhu with the thing on it. R.
Oh.
Maur.
Yeah.
Urukai Captain.
That's a hard one to... I don't remember this name.
Pretty sure they didn't make anything up.
No, they've been really cool. It's just I don't remember this name.
So we got another saga.
Okay.
You're gonna have to tell me what this one's about.
Okay.
We have the Book of Mazarbul.
Oh, well, that's the record they find in Moria that tells what happened.
Step 1, amass orcs. Step 2, amass more orcs.
Oh gosh, yep.
Step 3, creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain menace until end of turn. What happened?
They
Orcs.
also maybe a Balrog.
Could have been a Balrog.
You know, menace.
Could even be a Balrog. So, what do we got? We got a Denethor. We got a Denethor ruling steward who is white-black.
Uh-huh.
At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. You can pay 2 to sack a creature. Each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. So sacrifice your own creatures to win the war?
That's a very, very white-black thing to do.
Yes, yes it is. Where's Dunland?
Dunland is between Rohan and the west of Middle-earth.
Okay. And Dunland has Kerbane?
Yes it does.
Yeah, we got them.
Kerbine from Dunland.
Yes. When they enter the battlefield, amass orcs too. Because they seen something,
Yep.
and they sent word back.
Yep.
In fact, they sent for the Orcish Bowmasters.
Sure.
Which I'm excited to get this because this is one of the biggest cards in the set right now.
Really?
Yeah. It is a little behind the One Ring, not the one ring, but just the One Ring. Yeah. Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, so we got another Protector of Gondor in foil this time, but we got my favorite token in the set.
Okay.
It's a food token.
Oh, I know what this is.
Hey, Olendrax.
Oh,
Hello. So, my favorite token is the Shelob food token.
It's so grody.
I love it. I love it so much. Who we got? What do we got? You know, I kind of thought they were gonna with the dual cards. Keep it secret, keep it safe would have been a good one. I knew the name of a card in the set is There and Back Again. It could have been There / Back Again, which would have been There and Back Again. You know, that would have been awesome. It's not what we got.
No. We did get one, like, dual card.
Oh, in one of the commander decks, we got Dusk to Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are out of Amonkhet. You know, it's Aftermath cards, is what those are. Ooh. We have Gandalf the White.
Ooh. Yep.
Nice art, looking all fancy.
Yep.
We got Mountain. We've got that Uruk-hai Berserker back.
Sure.
Another Trebuchet. Need more Trebuchets.
Does that count as DACA?
Trebuchets are more DACA, yes.
Okay.
Rush the Room, we've seen before. The
Have we?
Uruk-hai. Yeah, I kind of went through it. It's a basic combat trick.
Oh, okay.
There was a Horn Blast and Rush of Feet, and orcs, one after another, leaped into the chamber. I figure that's, you know,
yes.
them fighting in Moria.
Yes, I think so.
Hey, it was nice to have you. I agree, where we're sweating, it is also very humid, and in order to not have my stream go offline very quickly, had to turn the air conditioner off. So, you know, it's fun.
Yeah.
We got the Uruk-hai Crusher. I was gonna say something. Oh right, come back anytime. I always do this at the same time, noon Central Time. I might not be playing this. We probably aren't going to be cracking a box at the time, but it's always good to stop by and see what I'm up to. Love to see you. Onward.
Onward.
We are marching from the Black Gate.
Yikes.
Yes.
It's like we've been lured out by some kind of threat.
Yeah. When it enters the battlefield, and whenever an army you control attacks, amass orcs 1.
Yeah.
So the army is going to get bigger because it attacks.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're trying to amass orcs, that's how you do it. And it helps if you have Gothmog.
Yeah, sure.
And that guy whose name is hard to pronounce.
Yeah. Malhor.
Yes. And the Book of Mazarbel.
Okay.
We amass in orcs.
Okay. Yeah.
But you gotta be careful, because you march out from the Black Gate and you could meet a nasty end.
Eek.
As an additional cost to cast this spell, sack a creature, draw 2 cards. If you sacked a creature that was legendary, draw 3 cards instead.
You know, that looks like the bomb that went off under the Hornburg. Under the drain.
I don't know for sure. That's one of the panorama things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure which one it was.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it could be.
That might be the Isengard one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, you got the wheels and things on
Yep.
there. Speaks to industry.
Yeah, it does look like in the middle is a big tower.
Mm-hmm. This one was a big role player in my sealed deck for the pre-release, and it is Flowering of the White Tree.
Ooh, that's nice.
It is a legendary enchantment. Legendary creatures you control get +2/+1 and have Ward 1.
Ward.
So, in order to target a legendary creature I control, if this is on the field, you have to pay an additional mana.
Oh.
And then, non-legendary creatures just get +1/+1.
Okay.
But yeah, very nice anthem.
That's the strength of the realm right there.
That is. We also have Morgul Knife Wound.
Oh.
Yeah. Enchant creature. Gets -3/-0. Has at the beginning of your upkeep. Let me see. Exile this creature unless you pay 2 life. So if you want to keep the creature around, you gotta pay your life for it. You know, gotta get that one some fancy herbs and houses of healing and stuff.
Yeah. You know, Rivendell counts. Elrond is a noted healer.
Yep. What do we get? All right. Ooh, we got eagles.
Oh, with this crown symbol just kind of there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
We got foil forest. We have a cave troll.
We have a cave troll.
Troll of Khazad-dûm.
Oh yeah.
Um,
A great cave troll, I think. No hope of escape that way.
yeah. Pretty good cave troll.
Mm.
Yeah. Lorien Revealed, which I know you were confused by the art when it was in the Commander deck.
Oh yeah, because it looks like they're being tortured, but it's just blindfolds coming off.
Yes. We have Wizard's Rockets.
Pew pew.
Yep. Enters the battlefield tapped. You can pay X and sacrifice them. Add X mana of any combination of colors. When it's put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. So, gives you a bunch of colors. And you get to draw a card.
Yeah, sweet.
We have Ent's Fury, which is a fight spell.
Fight.
You know, you do not want to rouse the Ents because they will fight you.
They will fight you, and they will win.
Yes.
They are literally a force of nature.
They really are. We got a Ring Sight again. We got another Fiery Inscription. We have Bitter Downfall. Flavor text: I tried to take the ring from Frodo. I'm sorry, I have paid.
Ah, Boromir.
That is the death of Boromir.
With his strange mutton chops.
Mutton chops are cool. We have, interesting, Ranger's Firebrand. He throws the flaming brand, and it does 2 damage, and the ring tempts you.
Sure.
We got another full art Lash of the Balrog.
Cool.
We have One Ring to Rule Them All, which is a saga.
Yes.
So the ring tempts you, then each player mills cards equal to your ring bearer's power. Then you destroy all non-legendary creatures, which is good because the ring first makes your creature legendary. And then each opponent loses 1 life for each creature card in that player's graveyard. I guess the graveyard is the darkness.
Sure. Yeah,
in the darkness, bind them.
Yikes. That is a creepy looking, like, relief or whatever.
Mm-hmm. We also have a foil Mirror of Galadriel.
Pretty.
On to the next pack. So, if you're new here, if you haven't already done so, now would be a good time to hit that follow button. Helps me out a lot. And if enough of you follow, maybe I could get Eleanor back in here to do more magic stuff.
Could be. It could be.
She's giving me a look that says, no, it's not.
Well, I was unprepared. This is bribery or something. Blackmail?
Blackmail.
Blackmail.
We're gonna go with blackmail.
Yeah, definitely blackmail. If you're on board with blackmail, go for it.
If you're watching me, following me, you're probably down with some blackmail. So, we have an Easterling Vanguard. Yeah, so what do you think? Take a look at that and tell me what you think of the Easterling design.
She's terrifying. Wow.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Looks like she's got some woad paint. That's pretty sweet. There's like a bone motif sewn into the clothing. I guess that's sort of armor-like.
Yeah. Hey, Alandrax, thank you for the follow. What do we got? We got Haradrim Spearmaster. So we got the Haradrim in here.
Yeah.
We've got a Rohirrim Lancer.
So is this going to be our theme in this pack?
Place, job title.
And like ranged weapons maybe?
I don't know if ranged, but definitely relentless.
Pointies?
Relentless Rohirrim.
Yeah, he's got a pointy.
Yeah.
Also, that mane is really, really cool on that horse. Intricate braids.
Now, I mentioned Eleanor is a fan of Lord of the Rings. Eleanor is also a fan of horses.
This is
so,
true.
Combining Lord of the Rings and horses, always a good decision.
This is why I'm a fan of the Rohirrim.
We also have the Friendly Rivalry again, and Gimli, Counter of Kills. We didn't get Legolas this time.
Aw.
We did get Rising of the Day.
Cool.
And, did I mention horses?
Horses?
Horses. Shadowfax,
Yes.
Lord of Horses.
Oh, I haven't seen this. This
Horses
is cool.
you control have haste, and if you were wondering the meaning of haste, Shadowfax can show you.
Yes.
The only time in this set that the reminder text for haste is on a card is Shadowfax. So yes, Shadowfax can show you the meaning of haste.
Run, Shadowfax. Show us the meaning of haste.
Whenever Shadowfax, Lord of Horses, attacks, you may put a creature card with lesser power from your hand onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. Very powerful.
Look at that, he's so shiny, he's casting a rainbow.
Yeah. We got another Faramir Field Commander.
Cool.
We have Dawn of a New Age. Dawn of a New Age enters the battlefield with a hope counter on it for each creature you control. At the beginning of your end step...
Aragorn counter, you said?
I said hope, but yes. At the beginning of your end step, remove a hope counter from Dawn of a New Age. If you do, draw a card. Then, if Dawn of a New Age has no hope counters on it, sacrifice it and gain 4 life. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird. But yes, that is playing on one of the names of Aragorn, meaning hope.
Estelle.
Yes. Now, what are we going to do with hope counters?
Well, that.
Well, that. But what if we could move them around?
Okay.
Enter Goldberry, River Daughter.
Hey, it's Goldberry.
Move a counter of each kind not on Goldberry, River Daughter, from another target permanent you control onto Goldberry. And then later you can move one or more counters from Goldberry onto another target permanent you control if you do draw a card.
Okay.
So, yeah, Goldberry likes to move counters around. A lot of fun.
I guess that's the thing that rivers do. Move stuff around.
It also has the interesting effect of rewinding sagas a little bit.
Huh.
You take a lore counter off of the saga,
Okay.
and then you can put it onto Goldberry.
Huh.
So yeah, it's fun. Good times.
Cool.
All right, we are back. Next pack has the Farseekers again. This one has the shiny signature on it.
Very nice.
Got some Misty Mountains.
Very nice.
We got some stuff we've seen before. We've got a Nasty End. Did we see Nasty End?
I don't think we did.
Oh no, we did. We saw the full art version of it,
Yeah, okay.
which was not Wormtongue, taking out.
Sharky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a couple of goblins falling off of something before.
Right.
But yeah, Nasty End.
Yep.
We got the Kirith Ungol Patrol. We got Shelob's Ambush.
Again.
Yeah. I mean, it's what Shelob does.
Well, I mean, those 2 cards in order again.
Yeah, this does seem to be a theme because we also have a Hobbit Sting, which I think was also part of that.
Okay.
We have another bird.
Beard?
We have another bird, but this one is not a noble, it is a soldier.
Okay.
What is the third named eagle in The Lord of the Rings?
Oh, no. I don't remember this one.
It is Meneldor, Swift Savior.
Cool. That is pretty.
And we got Gwaihir to go with it.
Oh, sweet.
We have a Stern Scolding. You cannot pass. We have a Voracious Fellbeast. Full art.
Whoa.
That is big and flappy.
That's freaky. Is that like a giant vulture olfactory opening in its face?
I have no idea.
That's creepy.
But when it enters the battlefield, each opponent sacks a creature, and you create a food token for each creature sacked this way. So it's gonna eat something off of your opponent's board.
Oh, okay then. Yeah.
So we've had Gollum. We haven't had Smeagol.
Oh, we have Smeagol.
We have Smeagol, Helpful Guide.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Very helpful, that one.
Looking very Andy Serkis there.
A little bit. We have Butterbur, Bree Innkeeper in foil.
All right, handsome Butterbur.
Handsome Butterbur, who knows how to, stack a plate.
Yep.
Check that out. Very big role player, again, in my food-themed pre-release deck.
This makes sense.
Butterbur feeds the dogs well.
Okay.
Because they'll eat the food token, and then at the end of turn, if you don't have a food token, Butterbur makes food. Then the dogs eat the food again, and then here you go.
Okay, then.
So that was my big combo in the deck, was the Mushroom Watchdogs and Butterbur. Now, I have to remind you about the list.
The list.
So the list is a bunch of cards that don't actually feature in this set,
Okay.
but could be in set boosters.
Okay.
So we have a list card. It is Primal Cocoon from M11. And, you know, it does stuff, but...
I mean, that fits in. Like, what do you think the Mirkwood spiders are up to?
Yeah. They're cocooning people.
Yeah. If you're not paying attention. They certainly cocoon some dwarves.
They have been known to do that. Those jerks.
Yep. To be fair, the dwarves were blundering around like idiots.
Yeah, they didn't know what was going on in that forest.
No, that's why they shouldn't have been blundering around like idiots.
We got Wormtongue stealing some stuff.
Oh, creepy.
Yeah, he's got a Palantir.
Sly bugger.
Got a Swamp. Got the Crebain. We have Deceive the Messenger. Tell Gandalf that he must seek my aid at once.
Uh-huh. That's, tricking Radagast there.
Yeah. Because as we know, Saruman had turned traitor. Treason of Isengard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Breeding orcs and stuff. Which this card is doing, I see.
Yep. There's a lot of Isengard themed cards that amass orcs. We have Swarming of Moria, which creates treasure and amasses orcs.
Sure, yep.
We have another copy of Bitter Downfall, another copy of Ranger's Firebrand. We have Golem's Bite.
Golem's Bite.
Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn, and you can pay 3 and a black, exile it from your graveyard, the ring tempts you. And yeah, that is Golem biting the ring off of Frodo's finger.
That jerk.
Yeah, somebody should really call the Shire Sheriff on him.
The sheriff.
Yep. When it enters the battlefield, you may sack a token. When you do, exile target creature and opponent controls until the sheriff leaves the battlefield.
I think he's about to get ganked in this picture.
I mean, Shire Sheriffs are usually about to get ganked. It's hazard of the job.
No, it's not. Not usually. This is because there's orcs or something.
We got the full art Knights of Dol Amroth.
Sweet. I really like that card. It's just nice, shiny,
Mm-hmm.
and the blue color with it.
Yeah. We have Boromir, Warden of the Tower.
Ooh.
Which is, I think, out of one of the commander decks as well. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. Sack Boromir, Warden of the Tower. Creatures you control get indestructible until end of turn, and the ring tempts you.
Yep.
So, Boromir sacrifices himself to preserve other creatures, because the ring was tempting.
Yeah.
We have a foil full art Balrog's Lash. And the best food token ever created. I can tell by the back of this pack, we have another list card.
How can you tell?
So the back of the pack usually looks like this.
Ah.
If it looks like this, it means you have a list card. Because the last card replaces the token if it is a list card.
Seeking your precious.
Yeah. That has got to be the Paths of the Dead
Oh yeah, look at all those spirits.
White Mountains. Where are the White Mountains?
The White Mountains are the mountains of Minas Tirith.
Ah, okay.
So you can see Gondor is right there.
Ah, so it is. Cool. We've got Mushroom Watchdogs. We've got a Snarling Warg, again. We have another Oliphant.
Okay.
Another Mirkwood Spider.
Creepy.
We have another Shadowfax, Lord of Horses.
Gorgeous.
We have another Oath of the Grey Host. Ooh, we have a theme.
Do we?
We have a theme here around two legendary creatures. One who is a jerk, and one who is the greatest hero this world has ever known.
Oh.
They are connected by one thing.
What's that?
Bill.
Bill?
Bill Fernie, the Bree Swindler, and the greatest hero the world has ever known, Bill the Pony.
Bill.
So we got Shadowfax and Bill the Pony in the same pack. That's lovely.
Awesome.
This is one of the best packs we've opened.
That's pretty great.
I
gotta say, I love this art. It's beautiful. It's so cute.
He's just a little guy.
He's so cute.
Behind Bill the Pony, we have full art Prince Imrahil the Fair, who goes with the full art of, the Knights of Dol Amroth. We've seen the Shire Sheriff.
Yes.
There is a named sheriff. Do you know his name?
Oh, who becomes sheriff? Not Sam. He becomes mayor. And I don't remember if it's Merry or Pippin, or if it's not.
Earlier than that. This is during the Scouring.
Oh, okay. I don't remember.
This is Lotho, Corrupt Sheriff.
Oh, yes. Okay.
We have completed our playset of Quick Beam. And we have our list card, which definitely could have gone into this under the heading of, like, the Scouring of the Shire.
Okay.
It's Crush the Weak.
Oh, that is a big old...
It's giant themed. It's from Kaldheim.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, it's got Foretell, which is interesting because it was foretold. I think Sam saw a vision of it. Bad things happening to the Shire.
Yeah. You know what this makes me think of actually is giants up in the Misty Mountains chucking bits of mountain around.
But that's the wrong story.
It is.
Too bad, because that would have been a fun card. More.
Another.
I like this pack. Another. You know what that means?
List card.
List card. Ooh. That is a Gimli showcase.
Whoa.
It's all like brambles.
Yeah, what in the world is going on here?
I don't know. But that is Counter of Kills. That is the showcase art for that one.
Maybe they've ventured into Fangorn looking for Merry and Pippin?
Oh, you know what? That's probably what that is.
Yeah.
Which would explain the forest. We have the Great Hall of the Citadel. You can add a colorless, or you can pay one, tap it, and add 2 mana in any combination of colors, but only to cast legendary creatures. So
I'm noticing that that there's a lot of legendary creatures in this set, and they are making use of that.
Oh yes, I mean you have to, right? Like
guess.
With this kind of story, like, these characters are iconic. You gotta have a ton of legendaries.
Yeah.
You also gotta have Gimli's axe.
Gimli can't cut them down without his axe.
Right? Equipped creature gets +3/+0, and as long as it is legendary, it has menace.
Wow.
They know who you are, and they are afraid. Which goes great with Gimli's Fury.
Huh.
Target creature gets +3/+2 until end of turn. If it's legendary, it also gains trample.
Wow. 2. So this comes before a Legolas counter of kills.
Yes. I think there's actually another one, because I think we go further. Where's Erebor?
Erebor is Elvish for the Lonely Mountain.
So we have an Erebor Flamesmith. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, this deals 1 damage to each opponent. So they're doing some very interesting things out there in the Lonely Mountain. We also have a Green Dwarf.
A Green Dwarf?
A Green Dwarf, the Bag End Porter.
Oh.
Whenever the Bag End Porter attacks, it gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of legendary creatures you control.
More legendary.
Yes. I mean, the dwarves are big on, their legends, their stories,
Sure.
their important people.
Sure, yeah.
Got another Golem's Bite. We've got Gandalf's Sanction. So he is sanctioning somebody.
Saruman, I think.
Yeah, he's gonna crack his staff in half.
Yep, that's what the flavor text says.
We have Council's Deliberation. That, of course, being when they're trying to decide what to do with the ring.
Uh-huh.
We've got another showcase card. Gandalf, Friend of the Shire, in the showcase frame.
Oh. Not with fun fireworks this time.
No. These are usually more traumatic events.
This is, no, don't give the ring to me.
Yes. Yeah, he did kind of hear the call of the ring, didn't he? Which is art they've been using for this set for a while now, because it's really good.
Well, that's on the cover of the packs, isn't it?
Not on this one.
No?
Maybe some of the boxes, but not this one.
It was some of them. It was maybe the first ones we looked at.
Lord of the Rings pack, but all the cards are just random frightened townsfolk. Somehow seems removed from the tone of the story, just a little bit. Yeah, well.
I mean, if we'd spent the whole story in the Shire.
So we've got another Galathrim guide. And we've got our list card, which is Legacy Weapon.
Well, that fits.
So you pay 7 to play it. It's a legendary artifact. You pay Wooburg, remove target permanent from the game. If Legacy Weapon would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal Legacy Weapon and shuffle it into its owner's library instead. You can't get rid of this thing.
Yeah, it just, it gets reforged, I
Yep.
guess.
Or rather, turns up later.
Yes.
Much later. After having, been lost to legend.
Right. I don't know what that thing is on that card, though.
That is the Weatherlight. But the Legacy Weapon is the thing. I don't know. I wasn't playing Magic back then, and I'm not familiar with the lore. It's very old lore.
So's this.
What does that mean?
More list card.
More list card, also. Aragorn and Arwen.
Oh, that's so pretty.
One of the first pieces of art they revealed for this set, and I gotta say, I love everything that's going on with these outfits.
Yes.
Like the armor, the gloves, the crown, everything that's going on here is awesome.
Some heckin' gloves.
What
I like the interpretation of the crown too.
Yes. So we got ourselves a foil of, you know, the Anduin. We have Elven Farsight.
I'm remembering that island has a name and I'm checking it.
Are you gonna? She's gonna go check the map.
It's a Tolfalos.
Ah. Not to be confused with Quel'Thalas, which is from World of Warcraft. That one.
Totally different spelling.
It's close though. Lothlorien Lookout. We got another one of the guide.
Neat.
We've got another.
I mean, that could be one of Haldir's brothers, or it could be Haldir himself.
Could be. Could be. We've got normal art, Elrond, Lord of Rivendell.
Now that's much nicer. I don't know what he's doing there. Maybe, well, the flavor text is at the council. He's speaking.
So, I heard you like horses.
I do like horses.
These ones are a little harder to pet.
Okay.
Horses of the Bruinen.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, water horses. Return up to 2 target creatures to their owner's hands. Scry 1, the ring tempts you.
Get thee gone, Nazgul.
So, we have Entdraft Basin. You can pay X and put a +1/+1 counter on target creature with power X. Activate only as a sorcery. So, what that means is if you have a 2 power creature, you have to pay 2 to give it another power. It costs 1 more each time you want to put a counter on it.
Sure.
But it will make your stuff bigger over time. We have Entish Restoration.
Very cool.
We have a...
Oh, now that's looking... Like, I want to say Treebeard was a fir tree, and that is looking like a fir tree.
Yeah, maybe. This is a showcase of a card we've seen before. It's Frodo Baggins.
Whoa.
I like the contrast between the frame and the art.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
It is very nice.
And of course, if Frodo has, put on the ring and he's seen some stuff, the Nazgul ain't far behind.
Shit, here they come.
Yeah. It's 1/2 with Death Touch. When it enters the battlefield, the ring tempts you. Whenever the ring tempts you, put a +1/+1 counter on each wraith you control.
Eek.
It is a Wraith Knight, by the way.
Uh-huh.
And a deck can have up to 9 cards named Nazgul.
Uh-huh.
There are, in fact, 9 arts of Nazgul in the set.
Perfect.
So you can run all 9 of them.
That's great. Goals.
Nazgul, as an uncommon, is running $3 to $4 each right now.
Huh.
Which is a lot.
Okay.
But you know what? Nazgul are showing up. We need Gandalf the Grey.
Yes.
Who is blue-red, which I think is highly appropriate.
Yes, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
This actually makes a lot of sense if you understand who Gandalf is and what he's actually about.
He is about inviting a bunch of people to his friend's house unexpectedly, throwing flaming pine cones at people he's in a disagreement with, getting in a fist fight with his boss.
Well, not boss, but
supervisor.
Okay.
Close enough. Yeah, that is Gandalf the Grey right there. That is blue-red.
Yep. Very, very red. He wields the Ring of Fire. That's not by accident.
Here we have the Battle of Bywater. Explain to me the Battle of Bywater.
The Battle of Bywater is where the hobbits kick out Sharky's thugs.
Yes. This is a board wipe that destroys all creatures with power 3 or greater.
Aha.
And then you create a food for each creature you control.
Uh-huh.
So you have the fight, you win,
Yep.
and then you have a party.
Sounds good.
Hobbits. Now, we have a list card, and you should not be surprised that this list card is here.
Okay.
You know, we had some elves at the beginning, and as you know, I'm a big fan of elves with dinosaurs. We have Galta, Primal Hunger.
No, get out of here. Get
I'm
out of
telling
here
you.
with that.
I'm telling you.
Flavor fail.
No, flavor win.
No.
People in the chat, you vote. Elves with dinosaurs, flavor win or flavor fail.
Absolutely not.
You be the judge. While you're voting on that, I'm gonna crack the next pack, which also has a list card. This is like 4 in a row with list cards. I will take it because the list cards are fun. Ooh, we got Eleanor.
Not to be confused with Eleanor.
True. Got a swamp. Rally at the Hornburg. We have a Quarrel's End, which says, it is a joy to us to see you return into your own. So that's got to be after Wormtongue's, hold is broken.
Yeah, Wormtongue Saruman.
Yeah. We got 1 vote in favor of Elves with Dinosaurs.
Ooh.
Speaking of Wormtongue, Banish from Edoras.
Oh yeah, get out of here.
Yeah. Exile target creature.
Be gone.
And how was he doing what he was doing?
No. Incorrect, sir.
I thank you. So how was Wormtongue doing what he was doing? Bewitching Leechcraft.
Sure. Something like that.
Got another Oath of the Grey Host.
Pretty sweet.
We got another Bill Fernie followed by Bill the Pony. So that is definitely on purpose. We got Pippin's Bravery. We got Nazgul number 2. That is different than the last Nazgul.
Oh.
So, yeah, we've got Nazgul 1 and Nazgul 2. We might be able to get to all 9 by the end of this, but it's probably unlikely.
Yeah, I would imagine. I like that second one.
What do we got? We've got Born Upon the Wind, which is Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli showing up on a boat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
With the Army of the Dead, I think.
Yep. I looked on Aragorn and thought how great and terrible a lord he might have become had he taken the ring for himself. Not for naught does Mordor fear him. Yeah.
Yep.
We got a foil Woes Pathfinder.
Cool.
And we have a legendary land, Okina, Temple of the Grandfathers.
That's not Middle-earth.
No, that is some kind of Kamigawa. I'm not entirely sure which set symbol that is. Might just be, Kamigawa. But it's one of the original block. Can we make it 5 in a row? We cannot. Because the ring is back here.
Oh.
We have, yeah.
Is that Eowyn?
Eowyn, yeah.
Cool.
So, we've got Plains, Dunedain Blade, the Improvised Club, the Lash of the Balrog, Nasty End. Ooh, we've got some legendary stuff coming up here that is fun. We've got Grishnak, Brash Instigator.
Yep. He started it.
He did start it, but somebody else finished it.
I think Sam finished it.
Alright, Olendrax, thank you for coming. Have a good time. And catch you later. Now, we have a legendary artifact. Vehicle.
What?
Legendary artifact vehicle.
Oh, I think I know what this is. I think you've told me.
Have I told you about this?
I think so. Is it Grand?
It is Grand the Gatebreaker.
Aha.
It's a 5/5 with crew 3. I'm assuming those 3 have to be trolls.
Yeah, I think so.
As long as it's your turn and you control an army, Grand the Gatebreaker is an artifact creature. So you don't even have to crew it if you have an army.
Dang.
That's awesome. We got ourselves another Fire Leaper. We have Nasty End, again with the full art.
Yep.
We have a Sauron the Dark Lord showcase frame.
Oh my.
That is showing his lowest point, of course.
Yeah, that's gnarly.
Yep. We have Galadriel of Lothlorien. Looking all ethereal.
Very nice.
Yes. We have the foil, which is Sam's Desperate Rescue.
Oh, shiny. That's a good use of shiny.
That is a very good use of shiny. It reminds me of my favorite foil card that I've ever seen, which is Drown in Filth, which shows a knight in full armor drowning in the sewers underneath Ravnica, and there's a beam of light coming down from the ceiling right onto him, and his armor is glowing as he's about to die. And it's just so good because the foiling makes the knight stand out against the dark background, and Sting stands out in that same way here. All right. Gonna leave the Nazgul there.
Sure.
See if we can.
In case we get a set.
See if we can get the boys together. Ooh, I know what that is.
That is the Mirror of Galadriel.
That is somebody looking into the Mirror of Galadriel.
Frodo?
I think it's Sam.
Oh, okay.
Sam got to look into the mirror, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I think this is on a Sam card.
Oh, interesting.
So that's when he saw the scouring of the Shire.
Right.
We have Mountain. Bombadil's Song.
Oh.
Look at that Tom Bombadil.
Hey doll, merry doll, ring-a-dong dillo.
Yeah. Tom Bombadil is...
Bright blue his jacket is, and his boots are yellow.
He's also got a jaunty feather in his cap.
He does.
We have Slip on the Ring.
Yep.
We have Birthday Escape.
Oh.
Draw a card, the ring tempts you. We have Arwen's Gift. Spell costs 1 less to cast. If you control 2 or more legendary creatures, scry 2, then draw 2. She got some kind of future sight thing going on?
Yeah, a little bit.
We got ourselves a legendary tree folk.
Okay.
What kind of legendary tree folk could we have?
Well, I don't know if we've seen Treebeard. We've seen Quickbeam.
We saw Treebeard in the commander decks. Yes.
Okay. Well,
We got ourselves an Old Man Willow.
Oh.
That Old Man Willow. Yeah, he ain't happy
No.
to be here.
Not at all. Certainly not happy to see those hobbit rapscallions,
Yeah.
tripping over his roots.
Yep. We have the Rise of the Witch King, which we saw earlier. The Voracious Fell Beast. Another full art Lash of the Balrog.
Gosh, how many of these do you need?
Many.
Really?
All of them.
Oh, okay.
We have Gimli Mournful Avenger.
Ooh.
In full art.
This would be in Moria then.
This is in Moria. Indestructible as long as 2 or more creatures died under your control this turn. Whenever another creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Gimli. When this ability resolves for the 3rd time this turn, Gimli fights up to one target creature you don't control.
Fight.
We have a legendary artifact. The Horn of Gondor.
Ooh.
When it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token.
Uh-huh.
Pay 3, tap it, create X 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens, where X is the number of humans you control.
Okay.
Double your humans.
It is said, when the Horn of Gondor is blown, aid will come. Unless that's Narnia.
I don't know. But we've got a Soldier of the Grey Host, so Spirit,
Spiffy.
not enough Nazgul. We still have just enough packs to pull it off. And, I mean, there's always the chance of a foil as well. And if we get one foil Nazgul, that's got to be the Witch King. If we get a second one, it's Kummel. We got, yeah, we got the Witch King versus Eowyn.
That's awesome.
We got ourselves the Forest. The Mirror Guardian. What is the Mirror?
The Mirror is, they encounter it just after getting out of Moria. It's a mirror, which is a mountain pool. And it said, if you look into it, you can see the crown of Durin waiting for him to wake up again. And actually, I think it's written here, but still the sunken stars appear in dark and windless Mirror. There lies his crown in water deep, till Durin wakes again from sleep.
Nice.
Yep.
So, we have an enraged Huorn. It is very angry and also a tree.
Yep. You don't want to mess with that. It will mess you up.
Yeah, I don't particularly want to fight a forest, so, you know. We got Sam's desperate rescue.
Not shiny this time.
True. We have Now for Wrath, Now for Ruin.
And a red dawn.
Well, it's a white card.
Oh.
Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. They gain vigilance until end of turn. The ring tempts you.
Okay. They don't have the whole the quote of the verse on the card. That's a shame.
We have Breaking of the Fellowship.
Uh-oh.
Target creature an opponent controls deals damage equal to its power to another target creature that player controls. The ring tempts you. It might have been mine. It should be mine. Give it to me.
Armor, no.
Yeah. Somebody could use Gandalf's Sanction at that point.
Yeah.
We have, again, the Council's Deliberation. We have one we haven't seen before, another legendary artifact, in fact.
Oh.
The Stone of Eric.
Ah, okay.
You're going to have to explain that one to me.
Well, it's one of the Palantiri.
Oh.
And, I think that's the one in Minas Tirith. I think.
Interesting.
Wait, no, I'm very, very wrong.
Oh, how are you wrong?
No, this is to do with the dead. They made an oath at the stone.
Ah. That would make sense, because if a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. And pay to tap and sacrifice the stone, exile target player's graveyard, draw a card.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. It looks like an orb, though.
It very clearly is an orb.
It is, so...
It's worth pondering. We got a full art Greyhavens.
Sweet.
Which is nice.
Oh, wow.
Very nice. I love the art on that one.
Yeah, that's pretty.
We have a halfling.
Oh?
Yeah, she's just delighted to be here. Basically, halfling adds colorless, or 1 mana of any color, spend only to cast a legendary spell, and that spell can't be countered. Very powerful card, this Delighted Halfling. Also, she's just adorable.
Yeah.
She's so happy to be here.
Well, and like that's interesting because joy and positivity and goodness are an actual force.
Yeah. Speaking of actual forces, this guy leads an actual force. We have the Mouth of Sauron.
Oh. See, this is the opposite of what I was talking about in every conceivable way.
Yes. Enters battlefield, target player mills 3 cards, then amass Orcs X, where X is the number of instant and sorcery cards in that player's graveyard. So, very good in a deck that wants to get a bunch of instants and sorceries in their own graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
And then make a bunch of orcs.
Yep.
Where are we at? What are we doing? Sometimes I wonder. Oh, we got Goldberry on the art card.
Very pretty. I like it.
We got a mountain. Got the Mirkwood bats. The Athelian.
I think it's a different art on the mats.
This is the normal art. We saw the full art earlier.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we got the Kingfisher.
Nice.
The Dunlin Crebain. We got Deceive the Messenger. Oh, we got Stew the Conies.
Does it make food?
Yeah. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power. To target creature you don't control, create a food. Yeah.
Stew the rabbits.
Of course. We got our Shire Sheriff, who has tied up an orc.
Good job.
We've got Butterbur. We've got a legendary hobbit, Peasant.
Oh.
Rosie Cotton of South Lane.
Nice.
When Rosie Cotton enters the battlefield, create a food token, and whenever you create a token, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control other than Rosie. Pretty powerful card, actually.
Mm-hmm. I think that's her with some of her kids.
Yeah, there's lots of them.
She and Sam have a bunch of kids.
Oh, yeah. What do we got? What do we got? More Quick Beam. Full art.
Gosh.
Full art Quick Beam. We also have Eowyn, Fearless Knight.
Ah.
So a different version of Eowyn. This is the one we saw on the art card a minute ago. Got haste, of course, because horses. When Eowyn enters battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls with greater power. Legendary creatures you control gain protection from each of that creature's colors until end of turn. Nice. So she gets rid of something and gives your legendary creatures protection.
Oh, okay.
We got a foil Frodo Baggins showcase.
Oh, cool.
So that's real nice. Yeah, cool. We got, I'm going to be here for another, 2.25 hours myself. Depends on how long it takes us to get through the rest of this box. But, I mean, technically you could bow out at any time if you want to.
Oh, I'll stick it out. I might get less entertaining, but,
Well, then you'd be more in line with me. We have a list card in this pack. Oldberry, what are you still doing here?
being pretty.
We got the Mirror Guardian.
Oh, that's nice.
Plains.
There wasn't actually a dwarf just standing around at the Mirror just
Well,
for the
not
record,
at
but
the time.
No, not at the time. Maybe at some point.
Yeah. So we got the Easterling Vanguard we saw earlier, the Spearmaster, the Lancer, the Relentless Rohirrim.
Gosh.
We've seen all of these before in the same pack.
Yep.
We have Rally at the Hornburg again. We have Lost to Legend again. We have Grima Wormtongue.
Grima Wormtongue.
Yeah, a 1/4 for 3. Your opponents can't gain life. And sacrifice another creature. Target player loses a life. If the sacrificed creature was legendary, amass orcs 2.
Man, leave Theoden alone. and stop messing with Eomer too.
Yes. So, I have a legendary creature here from the Houses of Healing.
Oh?
Yes.
Is Yorith in this set?
Eorith is in this set.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, we can untap target permanents, untap 2 other legendary creatures.
Say Faramir and Eowyn, perhaps.
Perhaps. Could be the case.
Maybe Merry.
Definitely the case. We haven't even seen Merry yet.
No, we haven't seen Merry. That's really weird. Like, where's Merry's bravery?
Yeah, the only member of the Fellowship we have not seen yet is Merry. We have a full art, Many Partings, which is, you know, tender and lovely.
Aww.
We actually have the foil of that as well.
Oh, gosh.
But not in the full art. We have that Elven Chorus I was talking about.
Oh, nice.
You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast creature spells from the top of your library, and creatures you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. All of them have tap,
Okay.
add 1 mana of any color.
I mean, I know elves like to generate mana, but gosh.
Yeah, that is Elves of Paradise right there.
Phew.
Speaking of elves, Elvish Champion is our list card. So, it's an elf, and it's a Llanowar elf, so that's a little different. All elves get +1/+1 and have Forest Walk.
Okay.
Forest Walk is fun. I'm sorry, you thought trees could stop my elves?
You don't know elves.
Alright. That is Gollum Helpful Guide. We have our mountain. Pippin's Bravery. We have Many Partings. Second Breakfast, which is important because we also have Lembas.
Oh, okay.
We've got Denethor back.
Alright.
We have Old Man Willow again. And this is kind of how this always goes. We end up with, you know, a bunch of cards we've seen before toward the end of the box.
The common cards again.
Yeah, and the uncommons.
Yeah.
We got Rise of the Witch King, Voracious Fellbeast. We got the full art bats back.
Yep.
We do have something we have not seen yet,
Oh.
followed by something we have seen a lot.
Okay.
We have Samwise Gamgee.
Ah.
Look at Sam with all those kids.
Yep.
Yeah. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, create a food token. And then sack 3 foods, return target historic card from your graveyard to your hand. Food so good, it'll wake the dead. And then we have a foil full art Quick Beam. I think that might be our 3rd foil full art.
Gosh.
We're up to, I think, 6 or 7 Quick Beams at this point.
Good grief.
Okay, we are down to our last 3 set boosters, and then we have the collector's booster to go through,
Ah.
and a list card.
Uh-huh.
That is a Saruman.
Yep.
That is
Wait,
Rohan.
hold on, you can see the colors. Look at that.
Yeah,
Cool.
he is many colors.
Yeah.
At least 3. Which makes perfect sense.
Uh-huh.
1, 2, many.
Yes, that
Yes.
is how it goes
That's how you count.
in some universes.
So we got a foil Rohan.
Cool.
Look at that foil
Yep.
Rohan.
It is shiny.
We have a War Beast of Gorgoroth.
Whoa.
We have Surrounded by Orcs,
Oh no.
which of course is the Hobbits
Yep.
surrounded by orcs.
Yep.
But unfortunately, those hobbits, they can't keep up. They need some orcish medicine,
Uh-oh.
which
It
is
is,
exactly as good as you would expect.
It's effective. You give it that.
Yeah, your target creature gains your choice of lifelink or indestructible until end of turn. Amass orcs 1. We have a Mordor muster, which is gonna amass more orcs.
Okay.
Another Stone of Eric. We have the Bath Song. We have the Grey Haven.
And we did. Okay, no, we talked about the other card. Never mind. We've seen that before.
We have seen all of these
Yes.
before.
Yes.
We have Gimli, counter of kills in the showcase frame.
Neat.
Yeah, that's got to be Fangorn Forest.
Yeah, I think so. He was really freaked out at first.
We have the Master of Buckland, whose name is
Meriadoc Brandybuck?
Saradoc.
Saradoc is fine.
Saradoc,
Okay.
Master of Buckland.
I mean, I don't know where we are on the timeline at any point.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow, Saradoc has a card.
I wonder if you've ever heard of this legendary artifact, the One Ring.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of the One Ring.
Sounds ridiculous.
Indeed. But we finally got the One Ring.
It is not, of course, the one ring.
It is not the One Ring. I wonder what the is in Black Speech. Because Ashnazg would be One Ring.
Oh, I'd have to look at it. It may not be a direct, word-for-word translation either.
Yeah, I don't know. We got another Haunt of the Dead Marshes, and our list card is Thopter Foundry.
Get out of here.
This is clearly an Orthanc, okay? He's making Thopters in Orthanc.
I mean, eventually, maybe?
Maybe, they never got that far.
No.
But it's good to have the One Ring, because the One Ring is everywhere right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's taken over formats.
I mean, I guess it would be kind of disappointing to open a Lord of the Rings box without seeing the actual ring once.
True. Oh, look, we got another list card. Second half of this box has been lousy with list cards. Oh, we got Samwise Gamgee as our art card.
Very nice.
We got a Plains, the Knife Wound. We have a Fog on the Barrow Downs.
Oh, yeah.
Which is removal. Turns things into spirits.
Cold be hand and heart and bone. Cold be sleep under stone. Nevermore. I can't read it from here. Nevermore to wake on stony bed. Never till the sun fails and the moon is dead.
Yes. So, we have another Soldier of Greyhost. We have the generic Eagles of the North.
Well, they're pretty cool.
More birds.
Yep.
We have Stu the Conies, the Shire Sheriff, Butterbur, Rosie Cotton.
Butterbur's still disturbingly handsome.
Knights of Dol Amroth. I think that's our third full art Knights.
Okay, cool.
We have Lost Isle Calling. To the sea, to the sea.
I think that's Legolas's rhyme. But I don't remember that too well. That's interesting. Is that might actually be Legolas on the card?
Maybe? It's hard to tell from that distance. There you go, you can check that out.
Yeah.
We also have foil Bilbo Retired Burglar. And we have a list card. And you should have expected this list card.
Should I?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know,
that?
we've talked about it. Elves on Dinosaurs.
Dang it. No. Stop.
We have Atali Primal Storm.
Stop this.
The dinosaurs are there for a reason.
No.
And chat backed me up on this.
Two people backed you up.
Which is a lot of chat for me.
And you know that they're just doing it because of the entertainment value and they're being trolls and you shouldn't listen to trolls.
Right, but generally speaking, the trolls are more in favor of screwing with the streamer. So.
Well, a bit.
All right, last set booster. Ooh, that is Fog on the Barrow Downs right there. Cotton Island.
Sure.
Quarrel's End. Banish from Edoras. Bewitching Leechcraft. The Morgul Knife Wound. The long list of the Ents. The Ents. Got another Quick Beam. We're up to like
Gosh
7.
Darn, quick beam.
We have Landraval. We have Meneldor.
Very cool.
We have, finally, Meriadoc Brandybuck in the showcase frame.
Yay.
Whenever one or more halflings you control attack, create a food token.
Okay. I'm gonna look at this because I haven't seen it yet.
We also, I'm gonna skip a card because the one I want to save for last is very fun.
Okay.
We have a foil Escape from Orthanc, Gandalf on the Eagle.
Oh, fun.
And then we have missed a legendary creature up to this point.
Have we?
Yes, and not Mary.
Not Mary.
Not Mary. No, you see, we've seen this particular character on a card, but we have not seen his card.
Okay.
This is the God Bard himself,
The God Bard.
Tom Bombadil.
Hey! God Bard.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Tom Bombadil does things with sagas.
Uh-huh.
Like, when a saga ends, you get to flip cards off the top of your deck until you hit another one and put it on the battlefield. So one story just goes into another. And sometimes multiple stories are going to happen at the same time.
That's interesting.
Would you like to see what Showcase Tom Bombadil looks like?
I would.
In foil.
Yes.
Because I happen to have one.
Whoa. Yep. That's that sure is a spirit walking around in a outfit.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put that back over here. I'm gonna clean up these Nazgul. They failed.
Alas.
We got one more thing to do.
One more thing.
We have a collector's booster.
Aha.
Now, I have taken the liberty of slicing the top off of this collector's booster and figuring out if there was anything in here I needed to wear gloves for. Unfortunately, you will notice I'm not wearing gloves. So, what do we got? We got the Mirror Guardian.
Pretty.
The Eagles of the North.
Is this all foil?
It's all foil. Well, maybe not all, but it's foil and special treatment and all of that sort of thing. Collector's boosters. They gotta pretend to have some value, right?
Sure.
Oliphant.
Sure.
We have Surrounded by Orcs. Shortcut to Mushrooms. We have a Retired Broken. We have Buckland and the Old Forest.
I think we saw this maybe once.
Yes, this one is foil though.
Yeah.
So is the One Ring.
Okay.
The One Ring is foil.
Nice.
We have a Lobelia Sackville Baggins.
This lady stealing the silverware.
It's okay. She gets her redemption arc.
Yep. Her one moment of being awesome.
Yeah. Don't know if you've ever seen Mary Brandybuck.
Oh, there we go.
Again.
That's good.
Same card we just got.
That's good.
We have our full art Mount Doom.
Aha.
We have our Shire Sheriff about to get ganked. We have a Voracious Fell Beast. We have foil full art Orcish Bowmasters. And we have the best food token ever created in foil.
What a way to end.
I mean, you can have it be a tentacle instead.
Oh, that's hardly better.
Now, I do want to show you one thing.
Okay.
With this Orcish Bowmaster, which I'm very glad to get the foil full art version of, because it's going to be ruining stuff soon. Ruining formats. Going to be everywhere. Where are you? Where are you? I know we've got like 4 of you in here somewhere. There we go. I've got some Knights of Dol Amroth. Because
Do
these
Oh,
line
so they do.
up.
So they do. Very nice.
I was hoping we were going to get that earlier. Because, yeah, those line up. I should probably put those into frame. And that is part of the Battle of Pelennor Fields giant panorama.
Cool.
So,
There you go.
yeah. Now it is 3 hours in, and I cut you loose.
Okay, well, that was really cool. There's some really gorgeous art in this set. The flavor's amazing. And, yeah.
Yeah, let me see if
Good
there
times.
was anything else. I may have gotten multiple collector's booster packs,
Oh,
just in case I had to swap one out.
okay.
We got the Soothing of Smeagol.
Soothing. That's different.
Yeah, well, he's singing about fish. I'm just going to go through here. Ooh, we do got Shagrat.
Okay, yep. Bootbearer.
Call of the Ring.
Yep.
Mary, Warden of Isengard.
Yay, more Mary.
We've got Gandalf, Friend of the Shire. We also have Gandalf the Grey falling into the chasm.
I saw that on an art card.
Yeah. We got full art Bilbo, Retired Burglar. I don't think we saw Legolas Greenleaf.
Oh no, I think not.
I think he might be in the Commander deck.
Yeah.
Oh, Samwise Gamgee with that art I was talking
yep.
about.
Yep.
I've got another quick beam, so that's up to 8. We got Prince Imrahil the Fair. We got Shadow of the Enemy. And of course, we've got some subpar food.
But it's bread and sausages and some other
I
stuff.
think there's jam in there as
Yeah.
well. But yeah, so that's all the cool, fun stuff we got out of this stuff. And yeah.
Well, I guess that's it for me then, and I maybe will catch you some other time.
Yeah, we're gonna see what we can do.
Yeah, sweet.
We'll
Alright.
find a way.
Later.